Hello everybody, it's me, Deb Clarke on SPTV. But it's not my show. My show's on next week. But tonight we're doing something really special. So we're raising funds for a nice gent who needs a new bed. Now Richard's going to put a link up for you in a minute. It's Owen we're raising funds for. So if you'd like to donate, Richard's put the link at the bottom. That'd be lovely. Read a bit about Owen. We've been raising funds most of the day. So we had Nick on before me. Now I'm on for an hour and a bit. And then after me, it's going to be Matt and Kirsty. So like I say, we're raising funds for this bed. And it does cost around £3,000. Apparently, he can't get any funding from any of the local authorities. So we've decided to do a little bit of fundraising to see if we can do our bit and help. So if you'd like to donate, there you go. PayPal, or I think they take credit card as well. So if you want to donate that way, that'd be great. And help us to get a new bed to help out Owen, that'd be great. So what we're going to do is a bit of mediumship tonight then. And you know how I work. I dare say there's plenty of you on here that seen me work before. We'll try and move a little bit quicker tonight to get through as many as we can. So the messages might be a little bit shorter, but I'm sure you know I work pretty quickly. So it should give you, should be loads of information coming through anyway once we start. But all we ask is you share away if you can, because it's for a good cause tonight. If you don't normally share, please share, because this is for a very good cause. And donate if you can, even if it's just £1. That'll be great. If you can't donate, just share for us. Yeah, we're doing readings for those that donate. So if you want a reading, you'll need to donate, and then we'll select a few of you from here. And that's it. That's all I've got to say. But if you want to stay on as well after me, you'll see Matty's doing the same as well, raising as much money as we can to help Owen. So we'll say a few hellos and then we'll get on with it quickly so that I can get on to. Oh yeah, earlier on when we were doing Nick's show, we were having a lot of issues with Facebook and it was losing connection and all sorts. But we are streaming to YouTube as well. So if you want to nip over to YouTube, it might be a better link for you, just in case we have a few issues. So far, touch wood, we're okay. But during Nick's show, like I say, it went off a few times. So Richard, I'm sure we'll put the link up for you if you want to pop over to YouTube. If you've got YouTube, it's easy enough. You can have a good chat while you're waiting there as well. So, and that's about it. So, as we're working a little bit quick, hiya Pam. As we're working a bit quicker, I might not have time to read your comments. So, hello Kimberly. So I'll probably just blast out the information. Just take it all on board and just go and check it. All right. And that's it. So these are the ones I've got to choose from. We'll say a few hellos as well. Siobhan, hiya Siobhan. I hope I said your name right. Hiya Siobhan. Hiya Deborah, how are you? Seen Deborah before. You donated, that's great. Thanks, Deb. Fantastic. Gosh, I'm holding my hands together so somebody does this a lot. Right. Stacey, hello Stacey, how are you? Hello. Very good. Very good. Hiya, Di. Okay. Okay, right. Let's see where we go. Okay. So hi Siobhan, hi. Been waiting for this. Hi Linda. How are you? I think I'll go to Siobhan first, Richard. I'm drawn to Siobhan. Siobhan, so if you're still there, pop up a message. You know what we tell you. If you can acknowledge what we're saying, that's great. If you're going to say yes, say what you're saying yes to. for us. That's good as well. Right, the first person I've got in for you, Siobhan, is a lovely lady that's coming into you, and she's Nan. She's telling me she's Nan on your mum's side, but I've actually got your great gran as well with her. But I've got your Nan first, and then I've got your great gran. Okay, so we're going to speak to your Nan first, Siobhan, because she's the one that's coming in strong. And the first thing she's trying to do to you, she wants to give you some healing. So Siobhan, you must need a little bit of healing. She's telling me that it's mainly for upliftment, so you need a little bit of cheering up, she's saying. Siobhan, you need a little bit cheering up, she's saying. She says to me, she's telling me, Siobhan, that you've lost your sparkle. That's what she's saying. She's lost her sparkle. How can you lose her sparkle? She's saying it's just before Christmas. She must get her sparkle back before Christmas. And that's exactly what she's saying. She needs to get her sparkle back just before Christmas. Okay. Your Nan is talking about, there is a baby in spirit with her, Siobhan. I don't know if you're aware of the baby, but she's just saying, I've got this baby with me in spirit. She's also talking to me about the month of February means something to you. And she's also saying, actually, February and March, she's saying, means something to you as well. Now, your Nan is talking about a relationship around you, Siobhan, that's having a few issues. So she's just making note of this relationship around you that's having a few issues, as she says. She's just saying it's not too much to worry about, she says. So don't go worrying, she's saying. Don't go worrying. So I assume you're a bit of a worrier, Siobhan. She's saying, don't you go worrying, but there is this relationship around you that's having a few problems. But she says, on the other hand, she's saying, to bring happiness, she's saying, there is a wedding coming up, and she's going into next year with this wedding. So watch for the wedding that's coming up next year. But she tells me that you will have something to do with it. You will have a hand in making some of the arrangements, she's saying. So you're going to play a part in this wedding, she's saying. So that is to look forward to. She's also talking about, she's singing that song to me, Siobhan, New York, New York. So there's a link going to be to New York. I think somebody may well be talking about it by the look of it. She's also talking about, I know, somebody's going to do some sort of fundraiser or something like that, or a charity, something to do with a bridge, Siobhan. It's like, you know, one of the really high bridges, I can't remember what they're called, massive high bridges in, Nan's just said to me, in another land, but I think she means abroad, where they can climb on the top of them. It's going over a river or the sea or something. But somebody's going to do some sort of fundraiser walking over this high bridge, she says. Just wants to let you know about that. And also with that, she's bringing in abseiling as well. So there's an abseiling challenge, as she's just said to me. So watch for that coming up as well for you. She's just gone back to the month of February, which means there's actually 2 dates in there. All right, she's talking about. She does say, I don't know why this is, Siobhan, but she wants me to give you a moose. A moose. So I don't know what is going on, but you know, a moose, like a big reindeer. She wants me to give you one of those, but she's not telling me why. So I take it you're going to find out why, or you already know why. There's this great big moose that she wants me to give to you. Okay. She's saying, mind you don't trip, Siobhan. Mind you don't trip. So if you're a bit clumsy on your feet, watch out that you don't trip over a paving slab or a carpet or something like that. She says that you send your prayers up to spirit, not just her, but there's other people in spirit you send your prayers up. And she wants to say that they've received these prayers and they hear you talking to them. She's come forward, she says, because although you probably want to hear from other people in spirit, she's quite... she just said to me, I'm quite with it. I know what's going on here. I know how to communicate. And that's the reason she's coming through, because she's a little bit stronger and a little bit quicker than the others, she says. All right. She's talking about your feet. Watch your feet as well, because she's trying to put your feet up as if they're a bit puffy or a bit tired or something like that, achy. And she's saying, put your feet up, relax, she's saying. She's actually taking you to a spa day. So I don't know if you're going to be having a spa day, but she wants to take you to a spa. She's talking about a link to Wales as well, a link to Wales. So watch for the link to Wales coming up, as though there's a holiday there. Abergavenny, she's told me as well. But also she's talking to me about somebody down here called Karen. Karen, there's something going on around Karen that you'll be hearing about. A bit gossip, a bit of news. She says she wanted to come, like I say, because she's strong, because she can give you a little bit of healing as well, because you've been talking to spirit, and she wants to reassure you that spirit are listening, not just her, but the other people in spirit for you as well. She's also talking about a house move for you, a house move for you. Remember, it can be off in the distance, but there will be another house move for you, she says, with more rooms, with more rooms. Somebody wants a bigger room. It's like, I don't know if it's you that wants the bigger living room, Siobhan, but she's talking about the house move. The link to London as well. She's talking quick now. The link to London. Somebody that was very good at doing a Rubik's Cube. She's talking about that. She's got knowledge of somebody doing the Rubik's Cube, and they were very good at it. She's also talking about wallpapering and the problem with wood chip wallpaper. I think that's a memory. Somebody used to have wood chip and they had trouble trying to get the wood chip off. In fact, it's like pulling the plaster off as well. She's bringing the memory of that. She says somebody's spoken to my photograph recently, so somebody's looked at a photograph and said hello, Nan, and that's why she's here as well. But she just wants to reassure, a reason for coming, she says, is to reassure you that spirit are around and that we're listening to you. We do hear you. Keep talking to us. We will show you we're around. She likes the lily of the valley, but she also likes the roses as well, so you may get the smell of flowers from her. She loves the flowers. And also the dreams that you have as well can be signs that spirit are trying to contact you, just to give you a little bit of reassurance. Okay, anything else? No. April means something as well, the month of April. Okay, there you go. She just wants to send a love. There is an Alsatian dog in spirit as well, together with a collie dog as well, a lovely collie dog. It's really shiny, well looked after collie dog, belonged to somebody, and an Alsatian as well she's bringing through. Just and a bird as well, like a budgie. Although she's just said to me, somebody used to keep pigeons, Siobhan, in your family. There's a gent in spirit who used to keep pigeons and raise pigeons. You'll have to find that out. But she's bringing that through. She's sending her love, Siobhan. So I hope that was okay for you. Blowing your kisses. There you go. Blowing your kisses. So I hope that was okay for you. She's gone now. Quick message. They can work pretty quick when they want to. There you go. Well, okie dokie. Oh, right. Linda Brown, Shelley Stewart. Where should we go to now then, Spirit? Where do you want me now? Diane, I'll go to Diane. Hiya, Millie. Diane Burstall, I've got a lovely lady here. She feels like mum to me, but she's coming close to you, Diane. She's first of all talking about, she just said to me, Diane, I told you I'd come, didn't I? I told you I'd come. So I don't know if you've asked her to come, or, you know, she hasn't been around for a while, but this lovely lady, you apparently send your prayers up or your thoughts up onto a regular basis, she says. She says, I told you I'd come, and that's why she's come tonight. Now, this lovely lady, talking to me about January means something to you, and also September means something to you. And this lady's talking about, oh, somebody's lit a candle for her as well, Diane, because she's just lit me a nice little candle. She says, oh, somebody's lit a candle, somebody's lit a candle. Now, she comes with lavender dye, but she's giving the lavender to you because she's talking about your sleep pattern. She's just said to me, a sleep pattern's not very good, is it? A sleep pattern's not very good. She's waking up. It's like you're waking up with a start, Diane. You know what I mean? It's like I've gone, oh, because something's kind of made me jump. And that's how that's what she's saying. You've woke up in a bit of a start, she says. So your sleep pattern's getting a little bit interrupted. And that's why she wants to give you these lavender bags, actually. She's just given me, Diane. So there's a memory of somebody making those lovely lavender bags from lavender, apparently, that they had in the garden. That's what she's talking to me about. You know what? I've just totally changed the subject as they're doing, because they're working pretty quick, Di. She's just given you, do you know Polly Pockets? Polly Pockets, the little dolls, tiny little dolls. They have all their own houses. She wants me to give you a Polly Pocket. So I'm assuming you know what that means. I mean, it's either because somebody likes them, or the Polly isn't. No, she's telling me somebody has Polly Pockets. Somebody used to have Polly Pockets. Although she does tell me that the name Polly will mean something to you as well. So you should be able to take the two, this lovely lady. She's also saying to me that she's got a lady with her in spirit that passed with breast cancer as well that wants to say hello to you. Also, there's a lady in spirit called Beryl. And then there's a gentleman in spirit called Joe that wants to say hello to you as well. And also John wants to say hello. So you've got a lot of people up there. She's got lots of company. She's got lots of company, she says. Also, she says, I've got my mum with me who keeps giving me a bit of ear. So I think her mum gives her a little bit of ear as well, keeps telling me. She keeps telling me. So she's talking to me about that as well. Right, now she's talking to me about a dream catcher, Diane. I don't know if you have one. She wants me to give you a dream catcher. You know those ones with the nice feathers? This is quite a nice bright one with the feathers dangling down, so it means something. She wants me to give it to you. Oh, I know why. Okay. She's just said to me, Di, that the dream catcher is to, you know, they are to catch dreams, aren't they? That's where they're from. And it's to catch dreams for you because you're having, she's describing them, Diane, as tormenting dreams. So I don't know what kind of dreams. It's not all the time. Every now and again, you don't have a very nice dream. And that's why she wants to give you this dream catcher to catch these tormenting dreams. Your mum is doing a lot with her hands like this, Diane. So I don't know if Beryl talked with her hands or this is because you do it. She's making me do this kind of thing. Okay. Now with the dream catcher, she's just put a spider crawling up here. I don't know why, Di, but she's put a little spider crawling up this dream catcher, and she's actually grabbed it and put it outside. So I don't know whether it's a memory or it's going to happen, but make sure you pick up the spider and put it outside, she says. All right. She says she wants to say, have you got my robin yet? Have you got me robin? Okay. Have you got my robin, she's saying. So she's obviously sent you a little robin. This robin that you're going to get is quite a tweety robin as well. He tweets a lot as well. She says, make sure you feed him. Make sure you feed him. She says, you know, like you used to feed the hedgehog. You like to feed the hedgehog, she's saying. Bit like that, she says, make sure you feed him. Also, Di, she's talking about you and plants, you know, indoor plants. Make sure you feed the plants. Make sure you feed the plants, she's saying. So I don't know, it's like you forget to water them or somebody forgets to water the plants. And she's also talking about putting baby bio in the plants as well, Diane. Some feed in the baby bio to make the plant grow, she's saying. Okay. She's just said to me, I've got Bill up here as well. I've got Bill up here, she's saying. Bill's here. Oh, and Margaret as well. You've got a lot of people up there, Diane, that are just shouting at me in the moment. Margaret as well as Jack in spirit, as well. Okay. There is there's a new baby coming around you, Diane, she says, but this is on a friend link, so it's not a family, it's on a friend link, she says. All right, so watch for the new baby. Apparently this baby is she's calling this baby a screamer. So it's going to do a lot of screaming. It's going to be very noisy, very vocal, she says, very vocal. Okay. She wants me to give you, I don't know if you remember Spot the Dog. Spot the Dog. I used to have it with my daughter when she was very young. Lovely Spot the Dog. It's a story or a series or something, but she wants me to give you one of the Spot the Dog books. So I think it's a memory for her, knowing that somebody used to like Spot the Dog. All right, so she's just giving you that. Okay. Now what she's doing is, I don't know whether she means you've got a horse connection or something, Diane. So I'll tell you what she's doing. She's picking out the horse's hooves. Well, I've never had this. I know about horses, so I'm quite well up on horses, but picking out the horse's hooves, I don't know whether it's symbolic or it's something you used to do, where you used to be around horses, but for some reason that's how she's given it me, with a horse's hoof, and I'm picking out all the mud on the horse's hoof. So if you can understand, you'll probably understand it better than me, so I'll leave that with you. That's all she's giving me on that. Come on then, Mum. She says, I just wanted to know, I just wanted to go, I just wanted to come, she's saying, because I know that you speak to me a lot, she's saying, and I do hear you. and I do try and give you signs. She's saying, I am trying to give you signs. I am trying to move things, she's saying, but I'm not very good at moving things, she's saying. So I think she's more, she says, I think I'll go more with the smells, she's saying. So you'll know your mum's smell as she comes around you. She said, I think I'll go more with the smells and trying to move things, she's saying. And also she'll come around you quite cold, Di. You'll probably go, ooh, a bit like this. And also she's talking about feathers as well. So you may well find a feather in an unusual place, as you should, you know. Spirit are going to send you them. They've got to send them in unusual places, haven't they? So that's what they'll do, probably send you a feather or something. Anything else? The name John from Spirit wants to say hello to you as well. She just wants to say, I've come to say hello, but I've also come to give you some healing and also to let you know that you've got company, she says. It's like Spirit want to let you know that you've got them as company as well, Di. She says you pick up Spirit anyway, so you're well aware of them. So you can also tell who's around you. She says, if you try hard, she's saying, you can tell who's around you at a particular time. You may even know that Arthur is there as well, she's saying. There's a gent called Arthur. Now, she's blowing your kisses now. So I hope that was okay for you, Di. She's going now, lovely. So I'll leave you with that, Di. I hope that was okay. Your mum's quite good. She's quite a good communicator. She's rabbiting off and I'm just repeating. There you go then, Di. All right. So I hope that was okay for you, Di. Let's see where we are next then. I've got a lovely gent. Who do you want to go with? Got a lovely gent. Hiya, Terry on YouTube. Hiya, Millie B on YouTube. Shelley, hello, Shelley. Shelley Stewart. Kerry. I'll come to Kerry. Now, I've got a lovely gent for you, Kerry. A lovely gent. Now, who are you? Grandad on your dad's side. I've just said to him, who are you? And it's just, I'm Grandad. Always making me go in a lower voice now. I'm Grandad on your dad's side, Kerry. I'm Grandad on your dad's side, he's saying. I'm here, he says. First thing he's saying to you, Kerry, I'm here to give you a push forward in the right direction, he's saying, because I think she's a little bit lost at the moment. He's a bit like, he's doing this, making me do this. I think I'm a little bit lost at the moment, he's saying. So I'm here to give you a bit of a shove in the right direction, Kerry is saying. First of all, these are his words, I'm just repeating them, Kerry. I first of all want to tell you, Kerry, how proud I am of you, because you don't give yourself enough credit, he's saying, and you don't give yourself enough credit. Okay, so I don't know if you've been putting yourself down like we all do, but he's saying you don't give yourself enough credit, and I'm here to up your confidence level, is just said to me as well. Okay, up your confidence level. He says to me, obviously he made me read that then. He says, don't worry. He says, don't worry. He says, Kerry, there's things coming. There's things coming for you. Nice things coming for you, Kerry. It's almost like, Kerry, you're a bit quiet at the moment and a bit lost, but suddenly things are going to come in really quick. And then you'll be like thinking, oh, I wish I was a bit quieter and lost now, because things are beginning to happen, he says. Your granddad's saying things are beginning to get planned for next year, in the year, he says. So it's coming new year, Kerry. There's some opportunities coming your way, he's saying, all to do with work, he's saying, or the chance of work. And it's pretty exactly like that, work or the chance of work. So I think it's going to be your decision. He's talking about the and it's all possibility, because I think it's down to you whether you make the decision or not, Kerry. That's what he means, I think. It's all down to you, he's saying, but he's talking about the possibility of study, he's saying, the possibility of study. He's talking about that, but it's to do with the skills you've already got. It's to do with upskilling what skills, he says, that you've already got with you at the moment. And he's just said to me, and by golly, she's got a lot of skills. She's got a lot of skills, he's saying. It's all in here at the moment. It's like, you don't think you're very good at things, but you've got a lot up here. Okay, he's all about, your granddad is all about encouragement and making you go forward and giving you confidence. That's what he's doing, giving you that boost of confidence that you needed. He's also wanting to talk about, he's just changed it, it's just gone to me, talk about her spiritual side, he's saying. Talk about her spiritual side, he says, because she's quite spiritual, he says, and she picks us up. She picks us up. So obviously you pick up spirit, Kerry. He's talking about you picking up spirit. So you're pretty, he's describing you as pretty psychic up here. She is. She picks up spirit, but she feels us, he's saying, but she doesn't, you don't really clock. You're not quite sure. You're lacking in a bit of confidence, I think. But he's acknowledging that you can pick up spirit as well. Okay, go on. He's now changing the subject. Now he's talking about, you're like the other lady. He said, watch your step, Kerry. We don't want you tripping up, especially when you're going downstairs, because you're a bit away with the fairies, he's saying. You're away with the fairies. Just watch your step, he's saying. Okay. Now it's changed again because they're talking pretty quick. Now this is symbolic, I think, Kerry, that he wants to give you, and he wants to he's throwing a boomerang. All right. Oh, it is symbolic, but he tells me there is somebody that used to have a boomerang. But he's throwing this boomerang because he wants to say to you, you throw the boomerang and it comes back. He says, whatever you give, it comes back. Whatever you give, it comes back. And that's exactly what he's making me say. So just remember that, Kerry, whatever you give comes back. And he's just acknowledging that you've done some good things, but it does take time for it to come back. He says it does take time, but it will come back. So he's talking about looking forward to things coming up, looking forward to things, nice things coming up. And also a little bit of extra money is coming your way as well, Kerry. I don't know where from, he's not telling me. A little bit of extra money is coming your way. If you buy scratch cards or lottery tickets, Kerry, make sure that you check the numbers before you throw them away. He's telling me to make sure you double check anything like that. Make sure you've checked before you throw them away. Okay. He's been watching somebody that's been moving furniture about. He's just saying what he's been watching now. Watching somebody moving furniture about. He's listened to a conversation where somebody says, oh, I need a bigger TV. This ain't good enough. I need a bigger TV. And he's just saying, oh, somebody's not very happy, are they? He's just said to me, somebody's not very happy. Somebody's not very satisfied. This is a bloke around you, Kerry, that's been complaining the TV's not big enough. Okay, I think it's because of the football by the look of it, but he's been listening to that as well. He's buying, well, he isn't buying you, but he wants to buy you a new dress, Kerry, your granddad. I want to buy her a new dress because there's somewhere for you to go, somewhere nice to go. And it's somewhere nice, Kerry. I don't think it's this year. I think it's into the year. But it's somewhere sparkly because he's got you a nice dress and he's put on like a very small, I can't remember, my brain's gone, a little small handbag that's sparkly, which means you're going somewhere nice. Okay, so watch for that as well. Get your dancing shoes on. He's saying get your dancing shoes on. And he's talking about somebody also that does tap or used to do tap in the family as well. So put your dancing shoes on. Taking you to Blackpool as well. And he's also still on about dancing because he's gone straight to Blackpool, although there's a memory there. And also to the ballroom in Blackpool. So I think somebody used to do some dancing, ballroom dancing. He's just told me off because I've just said, I think. And he said, no, you don't think, we've told you. So there's somebody in your family that used to do ballroom dancing. So a lovely gent, Kerry, is going to go now. He says, I've said my piece, but I just want to reassure her that there's nice things coming up and to let you know that you can't see what's coming up, but we in spirit can. And we need to reassure you that, his words are, it's not all doom and gloom, Kerry. It's not all doom and gloom. He's saying, think positive, go forward, and you will achieve whatever you want to achieve, he says. You're a bright, these are his words, you're a bright girl, he says. You're a bright girl. You will achieve whatever you want to achieve, and whatever you want to put your hand to, you can do it, he's saying. He's got so much bloody, you know what I mean? Upliftment, I swore then. So much love and upliftment, Kerry. He's really lovely. He's trying to boost your confidence. Anything else? Watch for the robin with you, he's saying as well. And the memory of the bird that hit the window, he says. That was a laugh, wasn't it? He's just said the memory of the bird that hit the window. But he's going now. He's just come to uplift you, Kerry. He's lovely. So just realise that he's around you, just trying to give you this push. And you will feel him as well because he's quite heavy. You know what I mean? I say heavy, but strong. So I hope that was okay for you, Kerry. He's going now. He's waving. He wants me to wave you goodbye, but he's also doing this as well. So there's going to be a military link somewhere because he's giving you a salute as well. You're doing a good job. More confidence needed, he's just said to me. So I hope that was okay, Kerry. There you go. Apparently, we're having this big Facebook palaver where it's playing up. So if you want to keep watching, go to YouTube, because it's much better on there and it seems more stable on YouTube. So go over to YouTube if you can. You can also have a chat while you're listening as well. Lots of nice people on there. So nip over to YouTube. Richard will put the link up for you, because apparently the Facebook thing is just going a bit loopy tonight. I don't know what's wrong with it. Okay, so just pop over to YouTube. All nice people on there, have a little chat with you. Oh yes, there you go. That's why we're here. Sorry, I'm miles away. That's why we're here to do raise money for Owen. That's why we're asking for donations. Don't matter how little it is, £1, 50p if you want. Just donate if you can. That'll help us. It'll help Owen to get his nice new bed. Everybody needs a good bed, don't they? Everybody needs a good bed, and Owen desperately needs one. So that's what we're raising the funds for. And after me, there's Matt. So if you don't get a reader off me, you can always get one off Matt. He comes on about 8 o'clock, I think, after me. Oh, we're just going to get a quick message from Owen, so you can see what Owen looks like and have a little look at what he says. Sorry, I keep scratching, so I've obviously got.
Hi, I'd like to say a massive thank you to SPTV and its viewers for the fundraiser this afternoon. I hope you have a wonderful time. It's to support getting me and my partner Lucy accessible bed, so it meets my needs. So I hope you have a fantastic afternoon with Matt and Kirsty, and thank you very much again.
Right, we're back. So that's what we're raising funds for Owen, so that you all know. Right, let's see where we're going next then. Who we've got next. Okay. Okie dokie, so it's Kerry. We've done Kerry. I love your picture, by the way, Kerry. Sarah. I'm just going through a few to see where I'm going next. Sarah Weston, Linda. Hello, Linda. I'll go back to Linda, actually. Let's go back to Linda Brown. Yeah, Linda. Hiya, Linda. I'm coming to you. Tap up, make sure so we know you're there. Say hello to us, because I've got a lovely lady coming through for you. And the first thing she's doing with you, it's Mom or Nan. We'll work out, you'll know who she is, because she's not actually telling me at the moment. Got a lovely lady with you, Linda, who wants to come in. But the first thing she wants to do is give you a big hug. She's talking about the need for hugs, So she obviously thinks at the moment, Linda, that you need as she's saying, a hug from spirit at the moment. That's what you need, because apparently you send your prayers up, or you're speaking to spirit, but sometimes she thinks that you think that they're not there, and she wants to reassure you that we are here. She's saying we are here, and we do know what's going on as well. She's just said to me, because she's talking about issues in the family, Linda. So there's something going on around you that this lady's aware of. Something going. She's calling it niggly. So I don't know what's going on in the family, Linda, but this lady's calling it niggly problems in the family. She's saying niggly problems in the family, she says. And I just wanted to reassure you that we're aware, basically. So she's here to give you a little bit of support. I think you must need support, because that's what she said to me, Linda. She wants to give you a little bit of support. She's just said to me the month of May will mean something, and also November means something as well. And then she takes me from November to poppies, because she's telling me there's a military link in your family as well. So going back and in spirit, there's a military link. She's telling me there's an army link in spirit with you that she's bringing as well. Okay, so be aware of that as well, the army link. There's also, she's talking about somebody around you, Linda, she's describing as a strong swimmer. So I don't know who that is, but she's, oh, Nan, because I was just about using your Nan, so I think this is your Nan coming through. She's just said to me, Nan's just said to me, there's a strong swimmer in our family, she's saying. I don't know why she's saying about that. She's obviously heard a conversation or watched somebody. And she just said, oh, there's a strong swimmer, she's saying. Now, she wants to put around you, she's putting like yoga around you, Linda, and also meditation around you. But I think it's more symbolic for you need to relax, that type of thing. She's putting lots of relaxation around you. And she also wants to give you crystals. I don't know if you've got anything to do with crystals, but she wants me to give you healing crystals. She's talking about healing crystals for you. Actually, you've got some healing in your hands as well, Linda. I don't know if you're aware of that. She's describing you as having healing in your hands, but she does want to give you the healing crystals. She's also talking about cards, Linda. I don't know if you do like angel cards or tarot. She's given me the cards to do with you as well. So if you're not sure, perhaps you should have a go, because it's as if she's giving them to you to do. She also tells me that there's somebody in spirit that used to have a crystal ball and also used to do tea leaf readings in spirit. This Nan is talking about, so that runs in the family as well. She wants me to connect you with a place called Edmonton. It's Canada, I think. She's taking me over to Canada. It's something like Edmonton in Canada. So watch for the link there. If you haven't got it yet, it'll come. There's going to be some connection with that over there. So watch for that. She's also talking about an Irish link in your family as well. She's talking about an Irish link, and she's talking about, she's also talking about there is a Catholic link in your family, Linda, as well. Oh, I'm getting confused, Nick, because you're coming in. Oh, that's all right. I'm getting confused. But she's talking about a Catholic link as well. So there's an Irish link and there's also a Catholic link. And she tells me there's also a nun link as well, where somebody was taught with the nuns as well. All right, she's bringing that. Now, Linda, she's also wanting to go to your legs, as if she wants to give you a little bit of healing on your legs. It's as if I walk too far and my legs start aching. Okay, my legs start aching. So she's just giving you that little bit of healing around your legs. But she's also talking about puffiness to your feet as well. All right, puffiness to your feet, especially around your ankles, and circulation as well, because I'm wanting to do that with my my hand, you know, for my ankle, twist my ankle around like that, you know what I mean. But she's talking about circulation as well. Okay, Linda, there's somebody around you, Linda. Your nan is talking about she's putting her fingers in her ears as if to say la 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 la. So there's somebody around you that's getting on your nerves a bit, becoming a little bit irritating, maybe talking too much, and she's having a bit of a giggle about that. All right. She's also wanting to give me, or give you, Linda, she also wants to give you apples. But I think this is a memory for you, Linda. Somebody used to give you a lovely red shiny apple, but it's like they used to rub it and make it shine before they used to give it you. All right, and they want to give you that. Okay, there's something about the pips in the apples as well, Linda, because this lady's taking the pips out of the apples. So I don't know if it's because you didn't like them. I'm cutting it up in quarters and I'm taking the pips out of these apples as well. She's talking about that as well. There's a new baby coming and there is twins in your family. She wants me to say it quite close together, so I don't know if there's going to be twins, but she's just said to me, there's a new baby coming and there's twins in the family as well, she's saying. Linda, watch your eyes, she's saying. I want to put new glasses on you, upgrade your glasses, unless you just had them done. But she's talking about watch your eyes. They're getting a bit tired. And also, Linda, you know when suddenly you stand up quickly and you get a little bit dizzy? She's saying, she's talking about that as well. So watch yourself as your words are. Watch yourself as you're rising quickly, she's saying. Watch yourself as you're rising quickly, she's saying, because of the dizziness. We don't want you having to grab something to prevent you falling over, she's saying. Okay, she's talking to me about that as well. Anything else? before she goes, she's talking about, I don't know if you've got chimes hanging, you know, chimes hanging from the ceiling or something like that, but she's bringing in the sound of chimes. Oh, hang on a minute. Just trying to describe, she's gone from chimes and then she's gone to this one with a fairy on it or something. So I don't know if she means somebody had a chime with a dangly thing with a fairy on it, but she's bringing the sound of chimes around you as if it's a memory, but also if you've got them now, that's how she's going to come. She's going to knock these chimes. They're going to go off at funny, strange times. Oh, okay. She's gone from chimes now to smoke alarms. Smoke alarms, Linda. I don't know. Somebody's got a smoke alarm. I don't know whether she means it needs testing. I can hear the alarm going off, or there's a problem with it. You know what I mean? It keeps going off. So check your smoke alarm. Nothing major. It's just something to do with it's either not working properly or the battery's gone or something like that. The chimes are in the garden. So check your smoke alarms if you've got one. And if you haven't got one, I'd suggest you get one because she's pulling one up. So she's talking about those. Just want to make sure you're safe, she's saying. Just want to make sure you're safe. She says there is actually a memory of somebody that smoke alarm kept going off and it becomes so annoying they almost hit it. They almost hit it with a hammer or something like that to shut it up. So watch for the smoke alarm. Anything more? Just wanted to come in and say hello, she says, because somebody, because somebody has been speaking about me and comparing me to somebody, or comparing my personality to somebody down here, she says. And that's why I wanted to pop in and say, I'm listening. She says, I am here. She says, you know I'm here. She says, I am around, so you know I'm around. Just keep talking to me. She's very like this with her hands. So either she used to do this when she was talking, Nick and the lady that I've forgotten the name, or you do this with your hands. She's talking about that. But she's sending her love. She's so proud. She says, I'm so proud. All the family are doing really well, she's saying. I'm so proud, her words, I'm so proud to be a part of this family, she says. I don't know what she means by that. I'll tell you what she said, Nick. It's strange. I'm so proud to be a part of this family. You make me shine. I don't know what she means by that, but you can work that out, Nick. You make me shine, she's saying. Blowing your kisses. She's going to go. She's gone pretty quick, actually. She said that and she's gone. It's like, poof, I'm gone. So say goodbye, waving to her. She's blown you both kisses, so I hope that was okay for you. Watch your step, Nick. I don't want you tripping up. You're a bit miles away sometimes, and she just said to me, tell Nick to watch his step. He doesn't look where he's going. He's also looking behind him as he's going forward. He might bang into something. It's like I'm concentrating that into something and I've gone into a lamppost or a door or something, Nick. So watch for that. There you go. So I hope that was okay for you. George wants to say hello as well, by the way. And also Tony in spirit as well. So that was almost kind of, can I get away with that 2 readings at once there? For Nick and the lady. But yeah, George wants to say hello to you as well. And Tom in spirit as well. Okay. And also Nick, a lad, he's describing himself as, I'm a lad that Nick used to know. I took my own life, he's saying. I just want to pop in and say hello. He's not giving any more than that, Nick. But he says, I took my own life, he's saying, but I just want to pop in and say hello and say that I'm all right. He's all right now. He's happy like this. But he just wants to send his love as well, Nick. Okay, there you go. Okay. That's another one done. Real. There you go. Where are we going next then? On to the next one. Spirit being really good because they're making me speak really, really quickly. They're just going boom, boom, from one subject to the next. They're going, our spirit, from one subject to the next, shaking it up. They've just said to me, we're shaking it up, Deb, we're shaking it up. Shelley Stewart. Who else? Mary Dixie. Actually, I'll go to Mary. Let's go to Mary. Because Mary, hi Mary, your mum has come in and she's gone whoop, like this as soon as I saw you, and she's gone, oh, Mary needs some healing. Mary needs some healing. So you must be feeling she's describing you, Mary, as being, you know, when we sometimes say we feel a bit blur and we don't even know why, she's describing you as feeling a little bit blur. That's what she's saying. So she's saying Mary needs some healing. I'm giving her some healing, but also your nanny's giving you that healing as well, Mary. Now there's two sisters up there. I don't know who sisters they are, to be honest, because your mum's just said, oh, we've got two sisters up here as well. Two sisters. They're very close though. So two sisters. You've got a lot of people. It seems like, Mary, everybody's coming close to you to give you healing. So you must need quite a bit of healing at the moment. So you've got your mum, your nan, and these two sisters that want to give you this bit of healing. Also, there's a gentleman in spirit called George who wants to say hello to you, George. And also, John wants to say hello to you. And also, they give me the name Gregory. Gregory. To be honest, I'm not going to guess. So I don't know whether that's supposed to be a first name or a surname. So I'll leave the name Gregory with you as well. Now, your mum's just given me a memory. She's going for a memory now, Mary. And this is a big, like, do you remember the old big Silver Cross prams with the massive, great big wheels and the hood that comes over like that? She's showing me a Silver Cross pram and she's bringing it as a memory. And she's just said to me, it wasn't always filled with babies, this pram, Mary. She said sometimes it was used as a transport, like for food and things like that. We used to do that. We used to fill it up and go down the shops and fill it up with food and use the pram. But she's talking about the pram, the Silver Cross, that was a memory of filling it up with food or something like that, using it as transport. She's also saying to me, Mary, there's a gentleman in spirit that used to have a Morris Minor car, and he wants to say hello to you as well. He just wants to send his regards. Now, your mum's talking about somebody down here. Sorry, Mary, she keeps playing with my nose. So I think this is you. I think when she's getting your attention, she tries to do this a lot. But she wants to bring somebody down here. Oh, hold on. I think I'm getting this wrong. I am getting it wrong, sorry. She was talking about, so I'll tell you how I got it wrong. She was talking about somebody with shaky hands, and I thought it was somebody down here, but she's just said to me, no, it's somebody in spirit that passed with Parkinson's. So you should know somebody in spirit that passed with Parkinson's, and your mum just wants to bring them in to say hello to you. With you, Mary, it's all about people coming in from spirit and saying hello, because they want to make sure, I think, that, we want her to realise that she's got company. I don't know if you feel like you're on your own sometimes, Mary. I know your mum says sometimes you like to be on your own, but also sometimes when you feel on your own, spirit are around you. They want to make sure you realise you're not. Come on, Mum. She's talking to, she wants me to give you the name Sally Ann. Sally Ann. She's just shouting in my ear, Sally Ann. So Sally Ann will mean something to you. She wants also to give you the lavender, but yours is to help you sleep as well, Mary. She's talking about helping you sleep. I think, what's that called? Oh, yeah. And there's also, she's gone from sleep to waking somebody up, Mary. And what she's given me is one of those, my nan used to have this. I'm trying to see where it is. Oh, it's like a snuff bottle. But it's like a bottle and it's got this kind of foam in it, and you press it and it's like snuff, I think it's called. I think, is that snuff? Well, that's what she's given me. It's like a snuff. You put it under your nose and it wakes you up. Oh, it's all right. Richard's talking about it now. I've got him on about it. It's snuff. It's kind of to wake you up. She says, I'm telling you that, Mary, because there's a woman in spirit that used to have that. She used to keep it with her, a lady in spirit that used to have that. Oh, she's singing me a song and I can't get the words. Oh, I won't dwell on that because it take up too much time. She's singing me a song. Anyway, the name Rosie will mean something to you as well. She's talking about saluting. So I know there's a military history with you, Mary, going back as well. She wants me to salute. So I know about that. She knows about that. She's talking about September means something to you. And also December. And she's telling me that somebody passed on Christmas Eve as well. Somebody passed on Christmas Eve, so that's a memory and anniversary as well. She's bringing that to you as well. Betty wants to say hello to you as well. Oh, That's an unusual name. I don't know if this is an animal, Mary. She's given me the name Suki, S-U-K-I, Suki. The name Suki will mean something to you as well. But she's making me feel as though that was the name of an animal, but I'll leave the name Suki with you. She also says Frank's up here as well, Frank's up here. And she wants to say to you, she's going to go in a minute as well, but she wants to say to you, Mary, before you sit down, like on your sofa or on your chair or something, can you make sure you're far back enough to make sure you actually sit down in the chair or the sofa, like you've got right up to it, because it's as if you haven't gone far back enough and you've lolloped, she called it lolloped on the floor. So make sure you're far back before you sit down. Okay. She says you dream of her as well. You know about dreams and spirit. That's the way they'll get to you if they need to let you know they're around. So watch for your dreams. Frank, Bill as well in spirit wants to say hello to you. You've got a lot of people up there, Mary, but no specific message other than to let you know they're around. I think that's why they've come, to make sure you know spirit are there and are helping you and giving you lots of healing. You've got loads of people up here blowing you kisses. It's kisses coming from everywhere, Mary, in spirit. They're all taking their turns at blowing you kisses, then walking off. So loads of kisses from spirit. Keep talking to us. We like you talking to us, they're saying. We like your humming as well. So you must go around humming, Mary, not singing, but humming. They like your humming. So I hope that was okay for you, Mary. They're going now. Moving on. They're moving on, listen. We're moving on. We're moving on. Oh, Suki. There you go then. Suki the dog. There you go. Actually, I should have behaved myself because, to be honest, I can't go back on it now, but I saw Suki, then I saw a dog, but I didn't actually put the two together. So I'll just give you the name. But that's good. That's good evidence for you then, Mary, because it's an unusual name, isn't it? Okay. I'll leave it with you. Okay, come on. Pamela from Phoenix, Arizona has donated. Oh, Diane D. Hiya. Kelsey. Kelsey. I'll go back to Kelsey, actually. Yeah, Kelsey. Got Gran. In fact, I've got Grandad as well. Kelsey, straight away. Hopefully that's you in the picture, because that's where I've gone to straight away. But I've got a lovely, the first person that come in, they've come in close, because I've got a Gran that's come in. She's calling herself Gran. Nan or Gran that's come in, but she's got a Grandad with her as well. So you've got a Nan and a Grandad. I'm not saying they're married though, so I don't know if there's one of each side of the family or something, because I don't feel like I'm like this at the moment. So Nan's coming in first, okay? Nan, the first thing she's talking about with you, Kelsey, okay, I don't get this usually first, but the first thing she wants to do with you, Kelsey, is say, give her more water. She needs to drink more water. She needs to drink more water. It's as if I'm forgetting to drink, you know what I mean? Because I'm rushing around, and she's reminding you to drink, Kelsey. So make sure you're drinking enough fluids, as she's just saying. Make sure you're drinking enough fluids. She's talking about somebody that's got problems with a tooth. And she's actually said, she said to me, a tooth. So somebody's got problems with their tooth, she's saying. So like a filling or something like that. And she's just making note of that. She's aware of that. So watch for that coming up as well. Now, there's another baby coming around you, Kelsey. Now, this tells me it's family. There's a family baby coming, a new one, going into next year with it. So wait for the family babies. Just saying I'm aware of that. Now, she's talking about you and a house move, So there will be another house move for you. She wants me to give you 3 bedrooms. So I don't know if you're in 3 bedrooms or you want to go to 3. But she's talking about a house move. But remember, it can be far off if you just move. Don't start panicking. It'll just come. She's talking about house move. Now, with the house move, she wants to put you in, like out in the countryside with a bit of land or a bigger garden or something, because she's talking about the need for space. And somebody likes the outdoors as well, because she's talking to me about the outdoors kind of feeling. She's giving that round you as well. In fact, with the outdoors, your nanny's talking about putting a backpack on somebody, which is symbolic for me for traveling. You know, somebody wants to do a little bit of traveling, and that's what she wants to do around you. Give a little bit of a traveling. Oh, what are they called? Oh, she's gone to something totally different. I used to do this, believe it or not. When I tell you, you might have a shock in a minute. When I was younger, she's talking to me about gymnastics, but it's more the baton. I can't remember what they're called. I even used to do this, you know, twirling of the batons. She's got knowledge, and Nan's talking about somebody, if they're not doing it, somebody will be interested in the twirling of the batons. It's almost like gymnastics, and she's actually going on to cheerleading with me as well. So watch for the connection with the cheerleading and also the baton swinging. She's talking to me about that as well. And also, you know, in a band as well, you know what I mean, in a band. So watch for that your Nan's bringing up as well. She's just said to me the month of July means something. And also she's talking to me about August as well. She's making me laugh because she's just changed the subject totally and gone on to insects. And I don't know if that's your kids there, but she's talking about the collection of insects, and she's like got spiders and other insects in a jar, and she screwed the lid on. So I don't know if it's a memory for you or somebody's actually done this recently, collecting insects. And there's also in the insects, I can see a stick insect as well. So watch for that, because that's quite specific. She's put a stick insect in a jar as well. And it is somebody actually finding them and collecting them as well. Somebody must be interested in butterflies as well, because she's just netting butterflies as well. Somebody's going around with a net and just netting the butterflies. So somebody's got that kind of interest around you, Kelsey, as well. She's talking about also there is a nursing link around you, so family link to nursing. She's bringing that in as well, family link to nursing. In fact, she tells me that somebody, and the words are, may well go on to study in nursing, wants to be a nurse or a paramedic, as she's just said. So watch for that coming up for somebody as well. She actually wants to give you studying to do as well, Kelsey. So watch for the studying you're going to be doing. But she's actually saying it's like part-time to fit in with other things. So it's like part-time study. You're quite creative as well, Kelsey. She wants me to give you flowers, like floristry, arranging things, but also crafty stuff, you know what I mean? Crafty. I don't know if you do your crafting or something, but she wants to put that around you as well. She wants to link you to London. She's talking about London. It's like somebody's going down there for a trip, a sightseeing trip. And she's also talking to me about Staffordshire as well. So watch for the link to Staffordshire. Oh, and she's also taking me over to Norfolk as well. So watch for them links as well. Okay. Now you've got Margaret in spirit that wants to say hello to you as well. And also there's a lady in spirit called June who wants to say hello to you as well. Your Nan also says the month of June actually means something to you as well. But there is a lady in spirit called June. She says somebody here will be doing the family tree. So some of the names I've given you, Kelsey, you might find out in the family tree. So she's talking about that. And also the surname Thomas will mean something to you as well. Now you're picking up spirit as well. I don't know if you're aware of it at the moment, but she says you're picking up spirit, and you should be able to pick up a gentleman in spirit that comes with the smell of smoke. In fact, he used to smoke a pipe. I think this is Granddad. He used to smell a pipe. So when you get that smell around you, that's him coming close to you, just to let you know that he's around. So watch for the smell of smoke. Your Nan's talking about, somebody's been talking about having wooden flooring, want some new wooden flooring. Somebody's actually got creaky flooring as well, but somebody's been talking about having new wooden flooring as well. And also somebody's been on about patio doors. I don't know whether she means having new ones or that. Oh, there's a problem with somebody's patio doors. Hopefully in the past, but they're not shutting, or they used to shut a bit funny. There's some wonky patio door somewhere, Kelsey, that she's talking to about. She says, I've come just to let you know I'm around, but also because somebody's been talking about me recently. So she's been involved in a conversation. Somebody's mentioned a name and she thought she'd pop in to say hello, she's saying. I don't know how many children you got, but she's talking about a child that's gets a lot of scratches on his knees or something when he plays outdoors. Nothing, you know, the normal scratches, but they like going outdoors and they get a few little scrapes and things on the knees. She's having a bit of a giggle about that. But she just wanted to come in, Betty as well, just wanted to come in, say hello to you and let you know that they're around. That's why they're coming to you, to say hello. Just to let you know you're doing a good job as well. She wants to put a thumbs up, say you're doing a good job. Want to reassure you the fact that you're doing a good job, all right, with the people around you, that is. And sometimes you doubt yourself, and that's why I think Spirit are around, just to let you know you're doing this good job. Okay, anything else? That's it, she says. The name Martha will mean something to you, but that'll be family tree, I think, Martha. So you'll find that. Okay, so I'm leaving their love with you, Kelsey. Got a lot of people up there. If that's you on there, you look very young, but you have got a lot of spirit up there that like to watch you. They're saying somebody's going to be on about getting a computer as well, Kelsey. Somebody wants a new computer. In fact, it's good iPad by the look of it. She's talking about somebody's going to mention an iPad. So I hope that was okay for you, Kelsey. I'll leave their love with you. Okay, right. See where we are next then, unless I've finished. Oh dear. Apparently there's a lot of major issues with Facebook. Richard's just telling me. Obviously I can't tell her. To me it's going ahead fine, but he says we've been kicked off quite a few. But YouTube is brilliant. We're not having no issues with YouTube. So if you can get onto YouTube, go onto YouTube and watch us from there, because there's no interruptions there for some reason. It's just Facebook. It always plays up. It's always better to go to YouTube, and you'll meet new friends there as well and have a nice conversation. So nip over to YouTube. Okie dokie. Let's see if I've got one more. I might have one or two more. I might have a few more, you know what I mean, in me yet. Spirit might be queuing up, you know what I mean. We'll see. You never know. Could go on forever. Mary, I can't stand they're talking. I can't stand the taste of alcohol. See, they're having this nice conversation on YouTube, usually about booze and food. Right, let's see who else. Me, he, Shelley Stewart. Is there anyone else? Who are you? Pam from Phillips. I don't get that. Is that right? Oh, right, okay. Okie dokie. Just waiting to see who else comes in. Kim. I'll go to Kim. Right, Kim, I'm coming to you because I've got a gentleman that wants to talk to you. I think it might be Dad who's not telling me. So we'll go with Dad in spirit. Okay, so a lovely gentleman in spirit that wants to say hello to you. And the first thing he's saying, Kim, this gent, is I'll be back, or I've told you I'll be back. So I don't know if he's been through before or something like that, or he said that he'd come to speak to you, but he's here. So it's this lovely gent. He says, oh, I was going to say, you must have looked at his photograph recently, or picked up his photograph, because he's talking about that. But the first thing he's talking about is a wallet. So I don't know if you've got a wallet belonging to this gentleman, or you kept his wallet when he was gone or something for a while. But he's talking about his wallet. His wallet was here. But you know, he's a bit of a joker, this gent, because he's just showed me, you know, when we make a joke when we go to a pub and somebody like opens their purse or their wallet, and he's just said to me, all the moths come out, you know what I mean, because it's rarely used. He's making that kind of joke. So I don't know whether he was very careful with his money, or he's just taking the mick of somebody. He's just bringing that as a joke. He's just said to me the month of February will mean something. And also he's talking about October means something to you as well. And he's just said to me, I've got your nan here. So I think it's his mom. He's just said, I've got your nan here as well, who wants to just say hello to you. So before we talk to him, I just want to bring your nan in, because what she wants to do is to give you a great big hug. She's talking about the need for a hug. So you must need a hug, Kim. And she's also talking about, also, I want to feed you as well. So I think she was a bit of a feeder, Kim, your nan. She wants to make sure you're eating properly. She's talking about eating properly, not snacking, not snacking. I don't know what she's trying to show. It's like she's showing me little snacks in packets. So I don't know if you eat little packet kind of biscuit things or something, but she's almost chucking them out. So I don't know if you go to snack on things and your nan's saying, no, eat properly, eat properly. She actually wants to give you porridge in the morning. She's bringing in the porridge, talking about porridge, but somebody used to like it with jam in it, because she's just plonked a great big lump of jam in the middle of this porridge. So she's made, your nan's here just to, her words are, mollycoddle you. You know that word, mollycoddle. She wants to look after you, make sure you're okay. She's putting a hat on you. I see your picture there. I'll take it that's you. But she's putting a nice woolly hat on you, and she's pulling it down all the way down over your ears, because she's trying to keep you nice and warm. She's talking about keeping you warm and putting a scarf on. So it's all about caring for you, Kim. She just wants to cuddle you and make sure you're all right. Okay. Now, she's talking about, I'm still talking to you now at the moment, she's talking about a situation around you where she's describing somebody as sitting on the fence. And I think it's where somebody won't make a decision one way or the other, but she's aware of a situation around you. She's not telling me what, she's expecting you to know about it, but she's aware of this situation where somebody, she says, is not making a decision one way or t'other. They're just sitting there. Just not saying any more of that. She's saying, I'm aware of that. She's also talking about somebody down here. She's gone on to swimming, like I've had earlier on, but she's talking about somebody that likes cold water swimming. She's talking about cold water swimming, but she's talking about like the rivers, somebody that like to swim in the rivers, or somebody's going to be doing it. So there's that coming up, if it's not already there, that she's bringing in as well. Gosh, this must be quite a similar, professional swimmer or something, a good swimmer, because she's a serious swimmer, because she's talking about swimming the channel as well, Kim. So watch for that, because it may well come up. All right, watch for the swimming in the channel as well. Okay, you'll find where February is. She's also talking about your feet as well, Kim. It's like, watch your feet. You know the instep? It's like you need a bit of an instep. I don't know if they ache a little bit or hurt or something, but she's putting an instep, you know, supporting your shoe as well. She's talking about that. And with that, I don't think this is you, but she's talking about somebody that actually had one leg shorter than the other. I think he's in spirit now, gent in spirit, but actually had one leg shorter than the other and walked with a bit of a limp as well. So she's bringing that in as well. She wants to give, she's talking about, your nanny's talking about her hips. So she must have had pain in her hips, but she wants to give you healing around your hips as well. So watch for your hips as well. Aching, more aching than anything else. She's giving me aching around your hips. So watch for that as well. The name Wendy down here, she's coming to Wendy down here when you find out who she is. There's something going on around Wendy, she says. Watch for Wendy, she says. Something going on. Nothing horrible, but a bit of news or something. I don't know what it is. Anything else? She's also talking about somebody that suffers with acid reflux. She's just said to me the proper words for it. Acid reflux, she says. Somebody, oh, it's your granddad, suffers with that down here, she's saying, and needs a bit of help, like medicine or milk or something like that. She's talking about that. So obviously your granddad wants to say hello. She's brought him in to say hello. Granddad's lovely. Your granddad actually has got quite strong, big hands as well, Kim. He's showing me his hands as if it's a big, it's just, I'm a big, strong fella, he's saying. So he's got a lovely sense of humour as well. I'm a big, strong fella, he says. I just wanted to pop in and say hello and let her know that I'm around as well. So you've got the 3 people around you at the moment, Kim, all wanting to say hello and all wanting to send their love as well. They just want to come and send you love. Like I say, your nan wants to feed you. The gents want to just uplift you and make sure you're okay, they're saying. You should be smelling smoke around you as well, Kim, from somebody that used to smoke quite a lot, that's got brown, you know, brown patches on his fingers where he used to smoke. From spirit wants to say hello to you as well. George in spirit wants to say hello. And they're also giving me the name Tim, but Tim is down here somewhere. They're aware of somebody called Tim. They also want me to give you a pint of Guinness. Well, that's a symbolic to me for iron. So you're a bit tired, a bit run down. Although your granddad is saying somebody up there used to drink Guinness, but they're giving it you symbolically, I think. Okay. Anything else? Somebody used to back on the horses. Apparently, I don't know. Your granddad's talking about having a bet on the horses as well as bringing that around you. That was a quick message, but they just wanted to come in and say hello and let you know they're around, I think. And of course, you're getting mollycoddled by your nan, so that's really lovely. All right. And so I'll leave their love with you as well, Kim. I think I'm about done with that message. Okay, I'll leave you with that then, Kim. Okay, Richard. I think I've finished now. I've finished my part. So I'm going to leave you all now, and it'll be Matt at 8 o'clock. So you haven't got long to go. You can just go and pop and get yourself a drink or a sandwich or whatever, and come back for Matt. So I hope that was okay for everybody. What, you're going to come on now? Do you want to talk? Talk. So instead of me repeating everything Richard's saying, he's going to have a word with everybody now. Because I usually get it wrong anyway. So Richard's going to come on and tell you what's going on.
Hi, everybody. How was everybody tonight? I have my deep DJ voice. You're listening to Rick James on the Love Hour.
Oh, God. Oh.
Shut up, you.
Oh, well.
Yeah, as you all know, we seem to be having issues with Facebook all day today trying to raise funds for Owen. And we've reached, so far, the target was 300. And we've reached 315 already, so I've upped it a little bit more. Obviously, we haven't told Matt any of this yet, so fingers crossed. It will when he goes live at 8 o'clock, we will reach that sum. So a huge thank you to everybody who's donated for Owen. I should put the poster on if you've just come on and wondering what we're talking about. This is Owen, who's severely disabled. And we're trying to raise funds for him to get a new bed, which will help him with his breathing, he's to be fed as well, ventilation and so forth. He has applied for grants and asked for local authority, etc. And they've all said no, he's not entitled to it. But if you look at what in the picture, it's rather sickening where they can give, and I'm going to say this out loud, which I know I'm naughty, but I'm going to say it, but they can give a hotel to an immigrant with 4 or 5-star hotel with food, but won't look after those who desperately need it. So that's my quick moan there. So those who have been donated, and thank you very much for your kind consideration to help this gentleman. And it is Matt Grogan's daughter Lucy who is his partner, and that's why we're doing this, because Matt and Kirsty do so much for this station. And when Matt was, if he actually asked me if I would do a small contribution, I said let's go one bit further and create a day of donations to thanks to Deb, Wendy and to Nick, who's been on the show and given their time. So thanks very much, Deb, for that as well. I just want to say a shout out to all the people who's donated, not to everybody, because obviously some of them don't want their name, but some of them do. If you haven't received a message today through Deb, then obviously you will get a reading with Matt, because Matt will be doing cards and he will also be doing mediumship. So with the cards, they'll be very quick, but if those who have donated will receive a message. If you don't, then we'll sort out another day where it'll be just for those who have donated. And talking about donations, what we do have, we purchased this on Sunday. It is a teacup and saucer with a wax mount and a candle inside the cup, which obviously once used you can clean and use as a cup. So we are giving that away. We bought that from the lovely Kerry farmer, who's one of our regular viewers. In fact, she actually offered it to the cause, and I said no, let's pay for it, because in that way no one can have a complaint, if you know what I mean. Wink wink. Sort of thing. So thank you for Kerry for doing that. So whoever the winner is, this will be handed out to Matt from Matt's show later on. Okay.
Nice, nice, isn't it? Pretty.
It is, yeah. I don't know if Kerry's on, but I don't know if it's scented or not. So if you are on, Kerry, could you just tell us if it's scented? I'm just wasting time now, because I don't want to turn off this stream, because if I turn off the stream, we might have issues again with Facebook. So those who are on Facebook, there is issues, and we don't know why. It's been kicking us off all day, and then it reconnects, and then it kicks us off, then it reconnects. So yeah. I just want to, anybody, if you got any questions while I'm here, by all means do. I do believe the way Richard is working is to get push forward donation to ask if it's still up to date. Debbie is drawn to you, Claire. Oh, okay, just reading. What is that? Just seeing if there's any questions for me. Why I'm here? You've got the boss of SPTV. Any questions? That would be, and obviously, and Deb can answer them for you, because you're still on air, Deb. They can still see you.
Oh no, I'm waiting for you to tell me to go.
Well, you can go if you want.
I'm I've finished, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do now.
Well, Stay Shaw said I should do some of my fake readings, but I have no backdrop really. I suppose I can put that PayPal picture on top. So, what do you reckon, Deb? Yeah, put the PayPal picture on.
Yeah, do it.
Do that like that. Yeah.
I can't see it. Oh, I can now.
Yeah. Okay, then I'll do a couple of fakies then. For those who are new to the channel, I'm not a tarot card reader. I'm not a clairvoyant. I'm not a medium. I don't do any of that. I don't have any of those wonderful abilities switched on. But I do have some tarot cards, and I do them purely, also oracle cards. Sorry, purely just for a bit of fun. If you do want a reading, and I would recommend people like Deb, Polly, Matt and Kirsty and so forth. They are the professionals. I just make things up. I just shuffle the cards, pull a card out, and I make it up. Sometimes hilarious, sometimes they're not. Sometimes I go into serious mode. I don't know why. Deb usually takes the mickey out of me, and that's about it. So, Limo, how do you select your readers and mediums, and are you looking for healers? And what we do with that, we have Veronica Jenkins, who is our medium secretary, and she goes around, she vets a lot of mediums to come on the channel. We are on a Saturday night. It's mainly for those who are more advanced, who come on, who have that ability of just pure mediumship. Wednesdays is for anybody who wishes just to come on, even if they're a fledgling or a newbie or want to have a go going live, giving readings, then that's available on a Wednesday evening. We call that Live with Spirit. And on a Monday, we have Brighten Your Day with the lovely Nick and Dawn, who will also allow people to come on their channel and have a go. Yet again, all you got to do is register with our directory, which is myspiritualdirectory.com. Put all your details on there if you are a working medium, tarot card reader or whatever. And there's a little box that says, do you want to be on SBTV? You tick that, or select that, I should say, and we will contact you. And that's how we do it. We like to give everybody a chance, because that is a slogan of our business, which is bringing spiritual people together. So that's what it's all about. All right. As Nick just said, new year, new faces. There you go. Anthony, if Facebook ain't making any money, then they don't like us. Yes, and I can actually honestly tell you this. When we reached 13,000 followers, we had Facebook contact me and said to me, and I have this in an email as well, that they will block our channel from notifications unless I pay. So yeah, and so I said, well, you're not going to get some money off of me. And since then, we've had nothing but issues. But there you go. That is life. That's the way it is. And talking about that, actually, Deb, are you aware we are only 2 followers away from reaching 15,000 followers.
Are we?
Yep, just 2 away. So we've got 14,998 followers. And please don't forget, you know, we do all this for free. This is non-profit. Any money that we make extra goes back in. Like we have the VIP giveaway at this moment in time. We're giving away £100 to our VIPs, and you don't have to worry about entering anything. You just have to just be a VIP, and you get entered in a prize draw, which would be on the 19th of December. And in fact, what I would do to save time and have me waffling away, I will put that on. Deb, what do you think?
Do it.
She's still here, by the way, but she's just being nosy now. Right, here we go. Maybe you can go if you want. My
If you're a SPTV VIP, then you're in for a chance to win a massive £100.
Oh, I bet going join up. And there you go. That's the VIP show there. That's what we're doing. So anyway, at 8 o'clock we have Matt and Kirsty, so they'll be here very shortly. So for the time being, I'm quite happy to sit here for the next half an hour and bore the hell out of you. So there you go. So but this is what we're doing tonight. In fact, I should say we are raising funds to help Owen tonight. So if you do wish to donate, then please do, and we will try and get around to as many readers as we possibly can. You don't have to. This show, usually on this channel, you would get all your readings for free every day, all the time, without any fees. But this is a bit different. We're actually raising funds to help this young man get what his bed, shall we say. All right. And hi to everybody who's been saying hi to me. I've been trying to read the comments, multitasking away, and so forth. So yeah, and thank you to everybody who has been donating and been really kind with your donations. It will help this young man, but you don't have to donate. Obviously, we understand there's issues at the moment with finances, so please be careful. Only give what you can. You don't have to. You can still come on this channel, you still receive the messages. And another thing that I do ask, I know I'm being cheeky tonight, but please would you mind writing reviews for us, because it does help. People keep wondering, why do we keep asking people to write reviews, do shares, likes and follows. We do this every single day, 100% for free, and we never ask you for money. Even today we're asking for donations, and if you do want to contribute to the channel to help us grow, and because it costs us money to, for example, broadband costs, equipment and so forth, so it costs money. So that's only 37p, but that's optional. You don't have to. But so yeah, but anyway, let's go back to do some of my fakey readings. Anthony is saying, Richard, are you still working with Tyler and Rick here in America? Sadly, Anthony, we're not. The late nights were causing too many difficulties and so forth. So in the new year, we're looking at new faces, new ideas, to give SBTV a fresh new look. And because that would be 4 years we've been running, 4 years on SBTV. Always free as well, giving you guys this channel for free without spending a penny if you don't. And we've worked with, I would say, hundreds of mediums. We've given thousands of live readings, and so yeah, I think nearly 2,000 live broadcasts. I know last time I counted it was about 1,300, 1,400. That was beginning of the year, so we must be nearly 2,000 live shows now. And we've seen other channels very similar to ours, and we wish them all the best. They come and they go, or they do it purely for money, or they say other things which is not truthful. So yeah, let's just have a look, see if anybody's followed us. Oh, come on people, if you're not following the channel, please follow and like our channel. And let's see if we can get 15,000 today. That'd be really good. Right, any questions? Like you say, disgusting. There's no funding, especially when drug addicts get freebies. Makes me so angry. I'm not going to go down that route, but I used to, when I worked in education, I used to go along to a drug rehabilitation and alcohol abuse centre to help them with further their educations. And it was really sad to see some of these people who may be high up in business going right down to someone who wasn't. And once the addiction is there, they do get a lot of help and support and so forth. But it's like anything, isn't it? It's the government don't look in the right direction, or local authorities don't look in the right direction. For example, I was attended a meeting not so long ago, and the local authority was interested in actually building by a park, a fruit and vegetable patch. And we turned and said, what's the point of that? Because it's going to cost you thousands and thousands of pounds and it'd just be demolished. But they're going ahead with it. So there you go. You're thinking, well, hopefully it works out. It's a good idea, but in today's society, it won't, but at least they're going to try. So there you go. I plan to get VP. I love it. I only found you last week. Well, hi, Limo. Thanks very much for supporting us. Christine Davies is saying SPTV has helped me so much. Well, thank you very much for saying that. It's really nice. And we like to think that we've helped everybody, and you guys also help one another, because it is a community. And the idea with everybody on YouTube, we know they have a lot more conversations than they do on Facebook. No disrespect for those on Facebook who are there. It's usually, can I have a reading please? Not even an hello or whatever, but I'm saying not being disrespectful. Whereas the YouTube, it's where they have lots of conversations, they support one another, they guide each other, give advice, recommendations and so forth. So it's a real good community over there. And we don't have any issues with YouTube because they stream our channel without any problems, unlike Facebook. Any other comments? Joanne is asking for a fake reading. Rev Nick Brown. You should be on here, Nick. Give me a bit of support, have a bit of banter. Come on, get your butt side up on here. What else have we got? I just seen gutted to have missed Saturday being. Yeah, it could have been better Saturday. Could have been better. It's like anything, isn't it? There you go. Any other comment? Hi to Claire, Anthony, Christine. So I've gone quiet because I'm just looking at all your comments. I say yet again, thank you to everybody who is donated. We've reached over £400 now, so thank you very much. £426 we've now reached. That's really, really kind of you, helping this gentleman. The bed itself is around £3,000 to buy, and so I'm pretty sure this is going to go a very long way to help him. Right, let's read some of your comments. Just have a look. By all means, if you guys have got any questions or any ideas for any shows, or who you would like, if you've got any recommendations with mediums or readers, let us know. This is your opportunity to speak to me on the channel, ask any questions or whatever the case may be. It's your opportunity. I will play one more time the message from Owen as well.
Hi, I'd like to say a massive thank you to SPTV and its viewers for the fundraiser this afternoon. I hope you have a wonderful time. It's to support getting me and my partner Lucy accessible bed so it meets my needs. So I hope you have a fantastic afternoon with Matt and Kirsty, and thank you very much again.
So there is Owen, and that is who we are raising these funds for. So you can see that I'm not just trying to get it so I can have your money and go on holiday, which would be nice. So yeah, have you got any jokes? Have you got any good jokes? there you go. I'm just wasting time until Matt and Kirsty arrive. I've got lots of jokes, but I just cannot say them on air. Now, I would imagine if Nick was here, he probably would. Why does Santa only repeat on me? Ha, ha, ha. Nick, I don't know what you mean by that, but there you go. I think we've lost Facebook again. Go on, Nick. Knock, knock. Who's there? I think we've lost Facebook again. Oh, bit of feedback there. Don't forget, at 8 o'clock we have Matt and Kirsty. Nick, have you got an answer? He goes, knock, knock. Yeah, I agree with that, Fiona, yeah. Thank you very much for your kind donation as well. No one, it's just a Hydesville wrapping. Nick, that was rubbish. You know, don't give up your day job, because you never make it as a comedian. But there you go. Right, okay, I'm going to pull someone randomly. That sounded so wrong. Oh dear. And moving on very quickly, I am going to get a card for someone. Dear. Ah, dear. Right, why did Santa bring 22 reindeer with him to the shops? No idea. Right, I'm just going to pick a card out for everyone, I think. Right, what have I got? The card I've got for everybody is Goddess. And it says here, honor your divine feminine energy, see your inner beauty, love every part of you. And that's what that card is there. That's what it says. And that is for everybody. But as you know, if you listen to my shows, I haven't done these live for a very long time. I just make things up and then I look at the card and see what I get from it and how I feel. And when I look at this card, the unicorn has these roses all in the hair and it has this butterfly actually on the pointy thing. I've gone right out of my head. What do you call it? Someone enlighten me would be good. So what I get from this is that sometimes when you look at our culture, which is going on around us right now, sometimes it makes you feel powerless because you're being fed so much negativity in the world, be it from normal media, mainstream media, to friends talking to you and putting up all their negatives, all their issues onto your shoulder, and you're taking it on board to help others as well. So sometimes when we get that, we need to look back at ourselves and start looking at a certain standard, what we expect from our friends, family, and so forth. Should we take on everybody else's issues? Should we listen to what the media says? Should we listen to what other social media says about what's going on? For me, I think it's gone really ridiculous with this gender thing. It's gone way overboard with the racism and the money, the war, and all this negativities around where everybody wants to be individual and equal and so forth. Well, so be it. Do what you feel to do, but don't preach to everybody else. Let them live their lives the way they want to live. And I feel this card is telling people is that you need to live up to your own expectations and not what everybody else expects you to live up to. If someone doesn't like you for a certain reason, then that's their issue, not yours. It's for them who has to deal with that. If you have people out there who go against you and they team up, then just think how much power you have, because it was you who brought those people together in the first place. And it's those people who have to learn and reap of what the repercussions are going to happen for what they've done and what they have said. So should you take on those issues? No, you shouldn't. Therefore, you need to put your head up high. You need to walk tall and say, I am not going to be spoken to like this. I am not going to take on your issues. I will listen, give you my guidance, but I will not take it on. I do not want you to be a burden. You should live your life the best way that you should. Because if you hold on to these negativities, you will bring yourself down. You will make yourself ill. So like the goddess, you need to be stronger, higher, and be above others. Not in an arrogant way, but say to people, this is my life. This is what I'm doing. I am stepping forward. I take responsibilities of my life. Only me who can decide and take these actions. If you don't like it, that is your issue and not mine. Okay? I hope that helps with some people there. I don't know where I was going, but there it is. Just like that. There you go. So not long to go now, so we're just waiting for Matt to come on, and then we'll carry on with the readings. He'll probably come on about 1:45, and I'll just bring him straight in, drop him right in it. There you go. It's got to be done. Right, let's have a quick look at see if we've got any questions. What do you call an Alf who just won the lottery? Wealthy. Was it mainstream media is part of the history of spiritual and taught us to buy the lovely people at Wimbledon Spiritual Church Friendship Club? I don't know what they taught there. You got to think at the mainstream media in them days. It was compared to what it is now. Today is scaremongering in today's society. You one step out of place, one thing you say, if you don't do something that somebody else wants you to do and you say no, then they would do their utmost to try and ruin you, because that's in their nature of being a narcissist or someone who are very vile, horrible people. There's a lot of them around there, and you just got to be careful. Only trust those who you can trust, and the best person to trust is yourself. Seen any other Nick Brown saying 3 sisters, Fox sisters, knocked up by spirit, but didn't the Fox sisters later on in life turn around and say that that was all fake and it was all made up? I'm not quite sure on that, Nick. I'm pretty sure that's what I've done. I don't know. Highfield was the beginning of spiritual hauntings, wasn't it, Nick? They say that Highfield was the beginning of spiritual, but I don't believe that. It's just, I think it was way before the Hydesville. Is it just like another place, another venue who wants to be known? For example, when we went to Stratford at the spiritual weekend, I went along to the Shakespeare's birthplace. Load of lies, a big con, cost a lot of money, and when you walk in, there's a plaque that clearly states that Shakespeare may not have been born in this house only because his father owned it. Now, his father could have owned it only for 3 years before he sold it on as a butcher's or a barber's or whatever it became. So there's no evidence that Shakespeare was actually born there, but they make out through the advertising and when you walk through the museum that it was his birthplace. And it was really disappointing. So I tell everybody, my advice, don't do it. Don't go there. It's a big con. Shops are nice around there, though. So what I mean by that is that don't always believe, because certain people will just do it purely for the money, like the Shakespeare place, purely just for the money. So that's what I mean by that with Hydesville. research about women in spiritual church. Reverend, you're saying they started modern day spiritualism. You need to come on here, young man, and you and I'll have a good old chinwag about this, because I tell you, they started modern spiritualism. Did they? When you look at a lot of modern spiritualism, and I'm going to be very useful to be honest here. You go to the Arthur Findlay College and you see some of these photographs that have been put on of these so-called mediums. I'm telling you now, in my view, they're complete fraudulent. And this is an embarrassment. You know, there are paper mache dolls with cotton and silk cloths or whatever, trying to make out of spirit. Why do they still put it up? They should say, I don't know why, because those who see spirit know full well that's not what they look like. So why do the Arthur Findlay College still put it out there? It's an embarrassment. If you're listening, take it down. Do your history. When you look at Helen Duncan and all the others and all those pictures, I laugh at it. I find it embarrassing. Yet again, social media pressurizing. I'm not saying she wasn't a good medium. What I'm saying is that we need to look into this and stop advertising fraudulent mediums, people who con each other. It should be a way in which we can hold our heads up and not put it down for embarrassment. That's what I say. So yeah, enjoy your dinner, Nick. I know I'm rambling. I'm just trying to keep the stream going before Matt and Kirsty arrives. Or just Matt. I'm not sure if Kirsty's coming on, because I know she's not too well, so please send out some healing for her as well. Don't forget, we are here tonight to raise funds for this young man, Owen, you can see on screen, which is what we're doing for him this evening. He requires a bed, a specialised bed that's got to be made for him. Sadly, the local authorities and other funding is not available. He is not entitled to it, apparently. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but obviously that's down to them. But yeah, so this is what we're doing tonight to help him reach his target of £3,000, and we're just gonna, with you guys and myself, are making a small contribution to it. So a thank you to everybody who's been kindly donating so far today. Yes. Who else? Richard, tell those of us who knew here about you. I don't know what you want to know, Claire. I'm a very private person. I don't like my business everywhere. So best really ask a question. If I want to answer it, I will. You said 4 years this channel running. Yes. I worked in education before that. I resigned my position in education and decided what should I do with my life. And some very good dear friends of mine gave me some ideas, and then I went to bed, woke up in the morning, had an idea about using my knowledge of graphic design, web design, and background in television to create Spiritual Psychics TV. But before that, it was called Spiritual Productions, because the idea originally was to go out, interview, pre-record, come back, edit it, everything like a proper TV channel, upload it to YouTube. And it just wasn't taken off. No one was really interested in the spiritualism on YouTube. And then Paul Sassow turned around and said, which is a medium near Portsmouth, why don't you go live? I said, yeah, that's a good idea. I had to do a bit of research to see how it was done. And then I was talking to Ian Mason one day, and he said he would go live. I think I had about 8 hours or something like that to figure out how to go live and etc. So, and the very first show we did was Live with Spirit with Ian Mason. And then it was Matt and Kirsty. They came on as a guest on a show, which ended up doing their show on a Monday. So they have been the longest running presented show. From that, it was then Deb Clarke who did her show, and then Wendy Lindsay, and then Polly, and all the others started coming, and Sam O'Neill and so forth started coming on board to where it is today. And it's forever evolving. We have a lot of shows that come. They last like 12 weeks, between 6 to 12 weeks. and then we cut them off, not in a rude way, and then we give someone else a chance to come on. We try and give as many opportunities as we possibly can. So yeah, that's the background to SPTV. Since then, we have launched a directory, so you can search for your own mediums and churches. We launched an event section where you can, spiritual events that is, so you can go along, find events, buy tickets, very similar to Eventbrite or any others out there, but basically free to use, but a tiny percentage compared to what other people are charging, because that helps pay towards the server and obviously my time to build it. And then we launched a spiritual magazine, which Joanne Lewis, who's one of our viewers, is the editor. And you can go along to there and you can submit your articles, read articles by other people, read poems, people's life stories, advice, guidance, and so forth. And that is all for free. The donations that the VIPs give, that pays for all that. So we have our own dedicated server. We have a dedicated hardware that broadcasts this. We have dedicated software, broadcasting software, a dedicated 1 terabyte line to streaming. So when there is an issue, I know there's nothing wrong with our connection. Then we have a dedicated phone line for people to call, or when we go live on location, we use that to broadcast. So all this costs money. So those tiny contributions that people do, and I'm very grateful for that, helps the channel keep going. So there you go. But sadly, Facebook did block us for about 5 months last year. I think it was last October, for broadcasting inappropriate content, but which was not true. We believed, obviously, someone did that on purpose to try and block us. But sadly, we lost quite a lot of viewers, and it's taken us a while now to actually get back. We used to get between 2,000 to 6,000 viewers. Now we're lucky to get about 500 if we're lucky. But it's more important that the people who require those readings get those readings. So yeah. As I said, if you're still waiting around, I've noticed the numbers in Facebook have dropped. They're probably gone and get themselves a coffee. But we are raising funds for Owen here, where Matt will be on very shortly. He's probably sitting there making me squirm. That's what it is. Oh, we've lost people. I said I needed 2 more people to get us to 15,000, and we've lost some. Spoke too soon. Right, let's see if Matt's there. I've got to call him up. There we go. Right, I'm going to go on mute for a moment, guys. I'll speak to you in a short while.
My Spirit Life is a free online interactive magazine for those who have an interest in improving their spiritual lives. Authors can upload images, videos, and audio clips to their own articles. The public can place comments, rate the article, and follow the author. All articles are vetted before being published. For more information and to place your own article, please visit myspiritlife.co.uk.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us. My name is Matt here in the UK, and it's lovely to join you on a Tuesday for a change. And tonight we're doing a worthy cause. We've got Owen that we're trying to support and raise money for. And thank you so much for the presenters who have been on, Wendy, Nick, and to Debs, all for helping so far. And thank you for all those people who have contributed. Tonight's going to be, because we're raising funds, it's going to be a little bit of difference. If you contribute to the fund, that basically you'll be noted down, and the people who contribute, no matter how much that is, will basically the people who get the readings tonight. So that's how we're working. So with no further ado, I'm just going to say a quick hello. The PayPal, Mr. Producer, for the, could you just put it up just once more? Oh, it's okay. For making payments, and every penny is going to this good cause. So the channel not taking anything, the presenters not taking anything. So, you know, keep that support going. It's very much appreciated. So, any hellos, please, Mr. Producer. Hello, Kim Byrne. Hello, Anthony Sebring. Hello, Claire McKerney. Okay. Hello, Karen White. Hello, Diane D. Hello, Melanie Wellens. Hello, Shelley Stewart. Hello, Sites UK. Hello, Lisa Wilkinson. Hello, Sarah Weston. And hello, Millie B. Hello, Terry Louise. Okay, and hello, Kaylee Byrne. Okay, hello, Joanne Lewis. Okay, in fact, it's Joanne Lewis that I want to go to first. And Joanne Lewis, with you, I have a motherly vibration. I'm going to go in with her in a second, but I'm going to use a card with you first. The cards I'm going to use are varied tonight, but the one I want to use with you is a Sword of Light cards, Archangel Michael. And card for Joanne, please. And this is your card. And it says, it's almost over. Your current challenges will soon be resolved and you will be able to look to the future with a smile. I need to say to you, the last sort of 8 to 9 months has been very, very difficult with you, Joanne, and there's been so much up and down and sort of so much turmoil. But however, you're coming out the other side. I need to say you're a strong cookie, and although it seems that you have to face things over and over again, you face them with adversity and always with a smile. I do know there has been tears around you, and I know that there's been things, but I just need to say to you that, you know, your loved ones are around you and they're supporting you. So I want to go on mum's side of the family. I do feel like I've got a mother figure here, and I want exactly the same in the resemblance with her. I also want to say with her, a very loving soul, very caring soul, and a person who would have always looked to uplift. Now, as I work with this lady more, I feel I'm going more on a grandmother level, but on mum's side of the family. I certainly feel with her that I would have gone to sort of my mid-70s, around about 76. I also feel with her, I've got pains around the heart, and I do feel with her that very much she was an honest, she wore a heart on her sleeve. She gave, and sometimes gave too much. I also feel with yourself that it's almost like I'm scratching my head and I'm going like this quite a lot. So I do feel that when she's around or when spirit's around, it's almost like they play with your hair and they're just sort of like trying to wind you up. They're trying to bring that laughter back for you and bring that joy. I need you to know that basically spirit are around you and they're trying to tell you that things are going to be okay. They take me back to the age of 23, been quite a difficult time for you. However, you got through that, you will get through whatever's going on with you now. I also want to say I need to be out by the trees, I need to be in nature, just to give me that sort of time to switch up. I want to come out of the city and that type of thing. And I'm just giving you a Terry's orange as a treat. And sort of just to allow you to have that chocolate and sort of just a little bit of a treat, not too much, just a little bit, just to sort of give you a bit of upliftment. And I also am seeing symbolically fishes, and this is just about with you sort of just allowing yourself just to go with the flow, not being worried about the consequences, what's coming up, just go with it and just allow things to go over your head. Hopefully that makes sense to yourself, Joanne. Thank you for your grandmother and for yourself for working with me. Okay, any more hellos, please? Okay, yeah. So for those people just join us, we're doing a charity evening this evening, and everything that's raised is going to help Owen to get his specialist bed. So if you can donate, those people will get a reading. There's no questions tonight. It's purely that those people have donated will be put into the hat and to get a reading. We'll try and get through as many as we can. So Anthony Sebring, I want to go to you next. I want to use these cards with you. These are the Oracle Fairy cards. And you're the next person I'm going to work with. Okay, I want to go grandfather again on mum's side of the family with you. And I want to say probably 5'6", 5'6.5", not quite 5'7", but around about 5'6". I'm not tall because I feel you're quite a tall gentleman, but I don't feel tall with him. And I feel quite a laid-back gentleman. I like my own space to do my own thing. I would have got on well with people. There wouldn't have been anybody who didn't like me. I used to whistle. I used to I like to be in the back garden. I like to be the birds. I like to just be creative. I like to use my hands, and I feel basically I can smell the soil. So I'm using my hands to dig through. I don't know if I planted potatoes or that type of thing, but certainly I was using that. Now, the card I've got for yourself, before I go back to your grandfather, is this one. And this is nature's signs. And this is looking around. There are lots of signs like sort of white feathers, robins, all of those sort of subtle signs are telling you that your loved ones are around yourself, and they're sort of trying to make you sort of wake up, as they say, and smell the roses, because it's almost like your grandfather's saying that you're switching off your mind, and it's sort of like, well, you know, nothing goes right for me, that type of thing. However, I want to say to you, things do go right for you, and lots of positives have started to happen just recently. Yes, you've had difficulty over the last sort of 12 months, but in the last month, things have started to get easier. Now, in this, you know how much he passed away when I was 2. Okay, so I'll see if I bring somebody else through in a second that you would know. But on this card, it's got the badgers in there and in 2s. And what I want to say to you, it's just like spirit show you something, you dismiss it, so they try and show you again. And I feel that this is happening on a regular basis. They keep showing the same thing just to sort of get your attention. You would know grandmother on mum's side of the family. You would know her. And I want to say with her, probably about 5'4" in height, cuddly to the frame. I want to say older than the gentleman. I certainly feel 82, 83 with her for her passing. I feel her passing was quite quick. I also feel with her that, you know, again, she was the salt of the earth. She would have always put people first before herself. And she's saying that you do the same thing. So what this is for you is sort of saying to yourself, right, let's take a step back. Let's sort of think what Anthony needs. I'm not sure if it's Anthony or Anthony, but basically what we need. And basically starting to it's not being selfish, it's being sort of self-care for yourself, thinking about yourself and thinking about what you need, and sort of saying, right, I am going to be a bit selfish over Christmas. I'm going to have some time out. I'm going to have some time out just for myself, my partner or family or whatever else, but quality time. And I need to ease off the work sort of, because it just feels like I'm on the go all the time, and I just need to switch off this, but just allow the body to relax a little bit, because it just feels like I'm on the go. And the final thing for you, there's lots of greens and blues, which to me is around sort of healing, and there's a lot of self-healing emotionally that needs to be done. But what's really prominent in this card is that you've got strong foundations, and on those it allows you to build upon those, rather than just feeling that everything seems to be sort of breaking away. Seems a very positive card. The card says be receptive to the subtle messages from nature. So like I said, it keeps repeating as you go about your day. Nature calls you to be continually. We need only open our hearts and our minds, and it's your mind, not your heart, because you give sometimes too much. So you've already got a big heart anyway, but allow your mind to switch off. Also open your mind to what the possibilities could be. Hopefully that makes sense to yourself, and thank you for working with me. Okay, if we can move on, please, Miss Producer. I am just touching up my mascara, Shelley. Was it that obvious? Okay, so Shelley, you're going to be my next reader. And this one is again from the Sword of Light Oracle cards, which is the new Rabbi Valentine ones. And this is your card. You're probably thinking, I wish he was real. All right, so stay the course. So this is about ensuring for you that not to give up on yourself and not to feel that basically you're not capable of it. I need to say to you, Shelley, I don't know yourself, but basically you're very emotionally strong. You're very, you know, things hit you and happen, but you bounce back very quickly, and you're very strong in that way. And I need to say to you, it's been challenging the latter part of this year, and as a result, it's almost like, will I get through it? And I need to say to you, no, you are getting through it. It's that change of mindset. I also need to say to you, there's times that it's just like, no, I could just throw it all in the air and just keep walking. But I need to say to you, not. You need to start to believe in you. I want to go to the age of 14, 19, 26, and I want to go back to 22. Been difficult times in your life for whatever reason, but basically you've got through all of those, and whatever is happening now, you will get through that. Now, you're brilliant about the mascara and all of that, but I want to almost bring your jokey side out a little bit more, and it's almost like you've got quite a mischievous sort of side. I'm surprised you didn't get the fairy cards, but you've got quite a mischievous, but in a fun way, not in a nasty way. And I want to say, I want to bring more of that childlike sort of energies, right? I also want to say to you, you're very much a free spirit. So as a result, you just need to just be. Allow yourself not to be controlled and just to do the things that you want to do. The card says, don't panic. You're not on the wrong path. You're just having a bumpy start. Learn from your experiences and keep going. I want to go to mum on dad's side of the family, so grandmother on father's side of the family, and I want to say with her that basically I feel quite a strong lady, but I feel sort of in my frame I feel quite slim. I also feel that I feel like I would have been not blunt as such, but I would have had very firm views of what I term to be right and wrong. I would have been a bit of perfectionist. I would like things done my way. I would like things tidy and everything else. I like to cross the T's and dot the I's and all of that. I also feel that basically with her, it's the old rules of children should be seen and not heard and all of that type of thing. So I've got her here because it's almost, with her, it's almost you wouldn't have argued, and I feel with her that basically she would have got the job done. She would have gone, right, come on, we'll get this done in an hour. Let's just get the tidying up done, or let's go out to the shops and we'll come back and then we'll have our dinner and everything else. She was very much a can-do woman, and for whatever reason, I need to say to you that basically there's that need can-do with yourself. So she's trying to support you with that. I also want to get you back into routines again, just to help you, just to get through this little bit of a blip. And I want to point out, it is a little bit of a blip, that's all. You will get through it. And I certainly feel the tail end of Christmas, so sort of like Boxing Day onwards, that things start to ease off for you. So well before the new year, sort of like Boxing Day, the day after the 26th, 27th, things start to ease off. And actually the Christmas, there'll be the thought of, actually Christmas wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's almost like I'm preempting Christmas not to be an easy time. But I need to say to you, you'll surprise yourself, because you know you're strong, you're resourceful, and you just need to remind yourself of that in these difficult times. If I can leave that with you, Shelley, with mascara as well, and thank you for allowing me to read for yourself, and thank you for your donation this evening. Okay, next one, please. Hello, Marie Thacker, and thank you there. So I'm going to go to you next. And with you, I'm going to use the Fairy Tarot. So different set of cards that I've not used this evening. So let's see how we go here. I do want a mum figure with yourself. I want cuddly to the frame. I want sort of round about 70, 71 with this lady. So if this isn't mum, I want to go a motherly figure, but I certainly want a mum is what I feel. I feel also that I was ill for quite a while. I want to go sort of respiratory conditions and around there. I can't feel the breathing, but I feel like there's tightness on my chest. I also want to say with her, I feel like I'm quite light, energetic. I want to up and go. I feel with her towards the end, it was that it was the opposite. Energy was depleted. It was just bedridden, and I couldn't keep going. And basically that I just wanted to go. The fight had gone out of me, but I'm back to my normal self. I'm back to having that fun and everything else. The card for yourself, before I go back to this lady, is the Ten of Spring. It says, ask for help from others, all work and no play, being weighed down by too many responsibilities. This is the reason this lady's come through, because I feel with her, I am a very light spirit. I'm a very joyful, and it's almost I'm trying to lift your spirits and lift your ways, but I'm also trying to show you that for you, your greatest sort of wisdom, the greatest sort of peace is out in nature, and just it's almost like I need to go walking around the trees and all of that. I need to do tree hugging, and I just I'm watching like Frisian cows and just seeing them just chewing away. To me, this is sort of symbolic of sort of mindfulness. So to practice mindfulness. So when you're out in the countryside, I mentioned this last night, you know, 5 things that you see, 4 things that you hear, 3 things that you smell, 2 things that you taste, and so on. Basically, and that'll allow, because it's almost I need to kick this rational brain back in. I also need to say I've procrastinated a little bit, so I need to say to yourself, I need to also boot that into 2023 and sort of say, right, there's things to be done. I don't mean for Christmas. There are changes that are happening. I don't know if you're looking to change work or whatever else, but I want changes of that sort of nature. I feel that I'm getting bored. I'm feeling stuck in the mud a little bit. So there's changes there. And if you go back to the card, there's lots of fire, lots of flame, lots of energy coming in behind the lady there. And this is just sort of bringing the energy into yourself and sort of saying, you know what, we're all trying to move you on. I also want a gentleman on father's side of the family. I want about 5'9" with him. I want a little bit of moustache, quite a good looking gentleman, quite slim to the body. I want darkish, sort of dark brownish hair, dark moustache. I feel with him, I'm going back probably to an uncle, and I feel that certainly around 47, 48, I feel quite young with him. And the message is, I feel like I've got stepping stones with you, and these are stepping stones to where I need to be and to where I'm going to. And I want to say there's one place you're going, and that's forward. And I need you to remember that you're always going forward. And thank you for allowing me to work with your loved ones and with yourself, Marie. Okay, moving on. Thank you very much. Okay, so we've got Fiona Fry as the next one. So thank you everyone so far who's donating. Thank you, Fiona, for donating also. I'm going to go back to the Sword of Light for yourself. Okay, don't know what the card's going to say yet because I've not seen it, but basically I want to go to a crossroads with you, and I feel like I'm at a crossroads. I'm not sure which way to go, and this is on my spiritual path. It's almost like I've come to a dead end a little bit, and it's almost like, well, which way should it go? What's that song? I keep hearing, should I stay or should I go now? And it's quite upbeat, and it's almost like I'm running forward. And I need to say to you, whatever decision it is you need to make on a spiritual, you will make the right one, but you've got to keep going forward and trusting that intuition. The card for you is this one. Lovely card. And it is the blessing in disguise. Be patient and have faith that your angels have the situation under control. What will come is far better than you'd ever dreamed of. Well, that's a nice card, isn't it? So I need to say there's lots of colours, lots of vibrant sort of energies in here. but you create your. I feel like I've got affirmations coming from you. I feel there's angelic energies. I feel there's a lot of positivity come from yourself, but it's almost like life sort of beat me down a little bit, and it's almost sort of like I'm wanting that to push that energy back out. And I just need to say, take a step back, allow yourself a day or two, particularly around the full moon. I'm not sure if it's the full moon today, but I know it's coming up this week. Because you're very much influenced by the moon, Fiona. And I need to say to you, those energies that have been quite heavy are going to be lifted, and it'll almost feel like things are being taken off your shoulders and things are getting easier for yourself. I also want to say there's lots of blue, so you need to communicate. When you need help, you need to communicate that, rather than just thinking, I'll just deal with myself, I can manage this, I don't need anyone's help. Everybody needs help, so you need to communicate with that. And the final thing I need to say to you, and then I'll see who I can bring through, there's lots of pink, and this is about self-love for you, and this is about loving yourself and that you deserve to be loved. Okay, so that's on there. Now going on to the mediumship. There we go. Right. Okay, so I've got a lady cuddly to the frame in yourself, but similarities. And I feel this is more like an aunt rather than a grandmother. I want to go on mum's side of the family with this lady. I feel really strong. I feel like nobody would have messed with me at all. But I have a beautiful smile, and a really positive energy. So once you got through this sort of like mask type of thing of being quite tough, actually, I was a bit of a kitten. What was that? How? Thank you. Okay. So there was, I feel that once she let her guard down, it was almost, you'd feel quite at ease with her and have all that. She's bringing in mince pies. She's also bringing, I don't know what they're called. They're like biscuits with like icing on them, like pink icing on the biscuits. And it's just like memories. I also want jammy Dodgers. And I want just childhood memories of popping around to the house with her. She's also bringing in for me a memory of mine many years ago. I was talking about this with my daughter today. I made the mistake of, we didn't want to offend anybody, so we never told anybody we had Christmas dinner at home. So we basically had Christmas dinner at home, and then we went to family later on. We went to one member of family, and basically they went, oh, we've made you a Christmas dinner. We ended up going to 3 people's dinner for Christmas, and we couldn't eat Christmas dinner or see another turkey. And I feel there's a similar sort of story with yourself is what she's bringing me to. And I need to say to you, it mentions in here, this is a blessing in disguise. This is about you not hiding away. This is about you now stepping out there and just sort of say, you know what, I'm back. I'm back, I'm strong, I'm sort of so powerful. The new Fiona is back, and she's back with a vengeance. I certainly want to say before 2023, but 2023, you're going to be literally, who's this Fiona? She's like a different person. The strength is coming back with you. No longer do you feel like you've been pushed down. You're coming back. The energies and stuff's being lifted. So if I can leave that with you, thank you so much for working with me, and thank you for donating, Fiona. So if you're just joining us, a different show tonight. Obviously, I'm working on a Tuesday instead of a Monday for a start. We're not doing any questions, but the only people getting readings are those who donate. We're trying to raise money for Owen to see. Owen is a young gentleman who basically has got various disabilities, and as a result, he needs a specialist bed. He can't just have a normal divan because it has affects his feed, it affects his breathing and everything else, and his back and his spinal with his sclerosis and other conditions. So what I need to sort of say, it doesn't matter how much you donate, there is no minimum. So, you know, whether it's 10 pence, if you can contribute more, than brilliantly, but it's just the fact that you've taken the time to do that, and obviously the details are on there. Okay, so thank you for that, Fiona. Okay, so moving on. No. Must be spirit. Yeah, she is, yeah. Okay, so the next one we've got is Claire McErney. Hopefully I've said that correctly, Claire. Apologies if I haven't. Okay, so the card that I want to go to with yourself is the Fairy Oracle cards. So for one for Claire. Okay, right. This is your card for yourself. Okay. So the card is the journey. It says it's time to prepare for a journey. It may be impromptu or planned. Either way, make sure you're ready when the time comes. Pack your passport now. To me, obviously, I have to read what's on the card, so obviously you may better take it for yourself. But I rarely use them unless the thing it's drawn here to the hare, and to me, this is the story of the hare and the tortoise, and basically everyone rushing to get there, and the tortoise taking its time and it eventually gets to the finish line in the race. I feel with, from what this is giving this card, I feel very impulsive and that I want to get things done. And it's almost like sometimes I just get it done so it's out of the way. And sometimes I react with decisions to get things done. So what I need to say to you is that be a little bit like the tortoise, take time to get things done, to do things well. It's almost like I don't want to rush things because this is going to lead on to further things. So there's an opportunity coming up where you're going to have to prove your worth. I don't know if this is spiritually or in your work, but it's a work oriented. So if it's spiritual, it'll be sort of like mediumship or something like that, or running a workshop. If it's in work, it'll be sort of an opportunity for more pay, responsibility, that type of thing. But basically for you to prove your worth, and doing it almost like slapdash or rushed or just let's get it finished and then I can be away, is almost going to go against you. So I just need to say, just steadying the road as you're doing it, and just sort of do attention to detail and making sure that everything's okay. If you're a person who normally rushes things like reading paperwork and that, get somebody else to read through the paperwork afterwards, just to check there's nothing that you've missed or anything like that. Also in here is the fairy. You can see all the different colours within the wings there. And I need to say, this is you. You're not a very black and white person. You're a person of very mixed colours. You're full of energy. You're sort of like, you're not a one-trick pony. There's so many different sides to you, very different aspects to yourself. So embrace that. Don't let people say to you, this is how you should be. This is how everyone else acts. This is the organisation that everyone must be part of. Be unique. Be yourself. Don't be afraid to step out of that comfort zone and be you. And it's almost like I need to say to you that it's almost like I have the Doc Martens, I have the sort of kick butt attitude, and I don't care about what people think. But as just recently, it's almost I've gone into that black and white, quite blinkered, quite focused, and that sort of not caring. And what I mean by the not caring is not that you don't care, but basically not worried about what people think of you or what you do. You just do it because you feel that it's right to do it. I also want the impulsiveness to come back in a different way. That it's almost like I want you just to act on things. So if an opportunity presents itself of a door opening, then I want you to bring that impulsiveness just to act on it and not think, well, what could be the consequences? So I give you okay, so I need to say to you, I want to continue with that tortoise. I know you say here that basically you could be more slow, that you can't get motivated enough, but this is about basically not acting on things too impulsively, because it's almost like it'll have not the right effect upon the situation. All right, it needs to be slow and steady. I don't feel that changes are happening at the moment as such, but I do feel that I'm going the end of January that sort of changes are sort of happening. I also feel that I've in the card it's got toadstools, not hiding away, sort of stepping out there, pushing yourself to sort of intermingle and all of that type of thing. But in the card, the sky is clear. The dark times, the difficult times have all going away. The times are getting easier. The final thing I need to say to you from the card respect is sort of embrace nature. And I need to say, I do need to bring mindfulness into this. So it's almost like sort of stilling the mind and mindfulness and meditation. And that will also gear that motivation up. All right, but I can't change it. I do want to say slow and steady is how you need to go. From a loved one, I need to say to you that basically, who've got here? I want to go on mum's side of the family, and I feel like I've got a father figure on mum's side of the family. I want to say probably about 5'8", 5'9", quite slim to the body. Again, very much an outdoors person. Would have been very light-hearted, very caring, very loving, very understanding. I again feel that I would have said hello to people as I'm going down the street and all of that. I feel really relaxed with this gentleman, and he comes in with you just to sort of say to you that you need to be more relaxed with yourself, not putting too much pressure and almost sort of like putting too many expectations on yourself. Just allow things to happen at the right time and at the right pace. Again, he's coming back to this being slow and just allowing things to unfold in the way they're meant to. Anything else? He's also shown me those like willow tree angels, like the ornaments. I don't know if you've got any of those, but he's shown me those. And I want to bring in sort of like how can I put this? Just doing wild things off the cuff, you know, like driving lorries, driving tanks, sort of doing bungee jumping. It's almost like I need to embrace that sort of side of myself because there is that side very much inside you. And the last thing I need to say to you from him and from your loved ones is there's so much love for you. It's now time to start to receive that love because there's so much love for you. If I can leave that with you, Claire, thank you for working with me. Hello there, Owen. So we mentioned about the young gentleman. Here's Owen, his future wife, Lucy. And that's who we're raising the money for the bed for tonight. So on Owen's behalf, thank you for your support for all of you. And thank you for coming on, Owen. So in fact, you know what? Why don't we give Owen a reading? So I'm going to say, Mr. Okay, so I'm okay to say that. So far, guys, we're doing really well. We've raised £454 for Owen. So it's really good. So well done. So I am going to go with the fairy cards for you, Owen. And what I want for yourself is this card. And it says new beginnings. Now it says the fairy godmother heralds the joyous news of a new baby at the birth of a cherished idea. Protect and nurture your ideas as you would a baby. So before you start to panic, it's not a baby. This is about new starts, new beginnings. And it's I need to say to you that with new beginnings become new opportunities. And as one door opens, they all open. In this card, there is lots of green. So this is about healing and about rest and the need to rest. You're not sleeping properly. It's sort of like there's lots going over your head. It's almost, there's lots of worry, lots of anxiety there. You've certainly been 2:30 in the morning and about 4:15 sort of waking up. I feel that I'm quite stressed at times. I need to say all of that is now starting to ease off and to get easier for you. I also want a grandfather on father's side of the family who's in spirit, who comes in. Not a very tall gentleman, probably about 5'7", 5'8", a little bit of a tummy, but that's about it. He's slim, more or less, but very broad to the shoulder. I don't see any similarity with yourself, although he is taking me to the eyes, the similarity. So I don't know if he had the same colour eyes as you, but he's taking me to that. But I don't see any familiarity in the face other than that. I need to say to you from him that it was a very difficult time for him towards the end. I feel that I was ill for and had to be cared for. I was feeling that I'm struggling with my breathing, so I would have gone with respiratory conditions. I feel very, very tired, and I didn't get to say goodbye. So I want to say to your dad that basically to say to him that whatever's going on at the moment, everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to start to calm down and start to be easy. And I also need to say to take me to the salt lamp here for yourself, and it's almost like I need to get the salt lamp. Salt lamp gets rid of like toxins in the air and all of that type of thing. So just to sort of help. And for whatever reason, there's a dehumidifier that I'm needing. So I don't know if there's a little bit of damp somewhere or whatever else. And the final thing I need to give you from him is have courage to go forward. Don't worry about what other people say about yourselves. And I want to say that as plural. Don't worry about what people think. Just be yourself, because the true friends and the true people around you will be the ones who stick with you and see you both for who you are. And if I can thank you for working with Owen, and keep strong, and thank you both for coming on. So there we go. So we're going to move on from Owen, but hopefully you can stay with us tonight, you two, as we continue with the fundraiser. Hello, Polly, you've donated. I'd love a reading. Well, I'm afraid the SPTV presenters don't get readings, but just for you, I won't do it for anybody else, Polly, but just for you, I will give you a reading. Okay, so thank you for donating, Polly. It best be a decent amount. I mean, no, I'm not joking. Okay, I've got a jumper for you. No, not a Christmas one. I've got a jumping card. Oh, it's the same one I've had before. And this is Stay the Course. So this is from the Sword of Light Oracle, the new Radley Valentine cards. And it says, don't panic. You're on the right path. You're just having a bit of a bumpy ride at the moment. Learn from your experiences and keep going. I need to say to you, doors are opening for yourself, but also I feel like I'm stepping back from people around me, and it's almost like I'm seeing the true face of those people around me. And it's almost like I need to say to you that see people for not who they are, but what they are, what they stand for. I also want to say to yourself, this is about lifting your light out more and not letting it go in. So don't allow people to dampen your light and shine it. And I want to bring that through laughter. Now, I know you're quite a bit of a comic and a happy-go-lucky person, but it's almost like that sort of, I feel a bit like that at the moment. So I need to lift those energies up. I'm being shown laughter yoga for you. I don't know if you've ever done that, or there's somebody that you know that does it, but it's almost like when you make it doing false laughs, so you just go into a natural laugh. And I'm needing to do this at the moment. I also want to say here that I'm being shown the birds, and that sort of symbolically, you know, fly away Peter, fly away Paul. People are leaving my life because they no longer serve my needs. As you also look within the card, there's lots of orange and yellows. There is need for a lot of energy. It's almost like my energy is quite depleted at the moment. I am sleeping, but even when I've had a good night's sleep, I'm still just as tired when I'm getting up. So this is about balance and bringing back balance to yourself and allowing yourself time just to know when to rest, when to work, and having that balance. Because that old saying, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, or Polly in this sense. And I'll establish who the communicators in a minute, but they've got a sense of humour because you just said, "Oh, look at that! You'll love the good six-pack." So I have a gentleman here, and he's showing me the six-pack of alcohol, and I do feel that with him, I feel like I'm going on Dad's side of the family. I do feel like I would have liked to sort of cans of Heineken and all of that. I would have liked to go out, had a party, had a fun time. I don't mean he had a serious drink problem. He just knew how to have fun. I feel with him, I'm going on an uncle level, and I just want to laugh. You would also understand the Irish links around the family that he's making me aware of. And I'm also keep smelling perfume with yourself. I'm being given Christmas cards, but these are ones where people have taken pictures like, I don't know, Moonpig, Funky Pigeon, and all those type of things, where they've like self-made cards. So I don't know if that's what you're sending out, but he's giving me those. But this is representing sort of family and the need to have family around. And I know that's a bit of a cliche because Christmas is coming up, but even more so, for whatever reason, family need to be around this year. And this is about bringing the family together rather than the family feeling it's pulling apart. And the final thing I need to say to you, this little finger, this little piggy went to market, this preset, and this little piggy went all the way home. I feel this is a memory and a jokey sort of memory that comes in. And the very final thing is I want memories of dancing on father's shoes, being little and dancing, and just having happy memories. If I can leave that with you, Polly, thank you for donating and thank you for coming on tonight. Okay, next one, please, Miss Producer. Okay, so Sarah Weston next. For you, I'm going to go to the Fairy Tarot for you, Sarah. I'll just get his cards sorted. This is your card. So the cards is the Magician. You can do anything, take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. I do like a thought of the day every day, and I put this up last week. The only thing that limits us is ourselves, and I need to say, as a result, if we almost say we can only achieve this or we're only capable of this, we limit in our possibilities and our potential. I need to say to you, you've got so much potential, and I do feel sort of academically that you've not met that full potential. So I certainly feel if you haven't been to university, it's going to university. If you've been to university, it's going to a higher level again. I feel that it's academic rather than spiritual. This is sort of it's almost like you're like a young child, sort of soaking up the knowledge. It's like the sponge and all of that type of thing. I feel so energetic with you with this card, and I just feel like come on, it's time to go. We need to keep going. We need to keep going. And I know when we get to this time of year, it's like, we just keep going. We just got to get through another day. But this thing with you, it's like the drive. You're a very sort of driven person, and it's almost like I need to keep going because I can see there's light at the end of the tunnel. And this is going to really come into fruition. So there's a lot of new energy coming in for you and drive. The Magician, to me, because I like to do my cards intuitively. So this is me. You bring a lot of magic to a lot of people, but this is also about, during the Christmas time, is allowing people to bring joy into your life. And this is to do around the heart and relationships. I also have lots of red in here, which again means love and sort of energy. And I just need to say to you, just to allow yourself time out. And this is time out with your mind, just to allow yourself just think about what it is, what you want. Because at the minute, I've got the drive. I want to keep going and push myself forward. But it's almost like, what am I driving forward, or what am I aiming for? So it's almost like I need to slow down a little bit just to think what it is that I want my focus on. I certainly want to be within the spiritual type of work. I have really hot hands, so that basically I know that you're a healer. But I also have seen here, this to me is like a bird, and this is sort of like holding, I need to say you are academic. See what I mean? Limiting potential. Yeah. So I need to say to this is what you hold in your hand, you're capable of. And this is just allowing yourself to fly now and meet that potential fully. Okay, right. And the final thing with the card, there's lots of green in here, but this isn't about healing. This is about going back to nature and just allowing yourself time out at different points in the week. Because it's almost like work, focus. And I need some time out to get that balance a little bit, which will then propel that drive even more. Okay, so I'm going. I've got a mum's side of family. I feel like I'm got a grandmother on mum's side of family. I feel with her sort of 78, 79. I feel quite a strong lady, probably 5'3", 5'4". I'm not a small lady. I have glasses. I'm quite strong. I would have been very independent. I wouldn't have got men to do anything for me. I did everything myself. And I feel with her, right onto the end of her life, this is how she was. She wouldn't have taken no prisoners. She would have just got on and done it. She would have had that drive, similar to yourself. Just come on, let's do it. We can do this. And you know, if you were to offer to carry bags or anything like that, she wouldn't have had any of it. She would have been out in the garden still doing things until probably about the last sort of 14, 15 months of her life. But up to that point, I feel like I can do anything. I feel that people did get to say goodbye to her, but sort of the last sort of 2 to 3 weeks, obviously not her true self. I also want sort of lights that keep going on and off in the front room on there, and clock that keeps stopping also. It's like the hand keeps trying to move forward, like needs winding up, but I'm being aware of that. I also want memories of a grandmother clock as well in the house at the bottom of the stairs. And the final thing from her, I want memories of Lego and standing on Lego and hurting your foot and all of that. So I don't know if that's with yourself or if you've got children, if that's with their, but it's almost like I'm hopping around with this, but she's like laughing and giggling at all of that. But it's the laughter as a result that I want to bring back in, and just being a child again and being a bit crazy. And there must be children because it's basically I'm learning from the children to just basically say to you, you know, we learn from our kids because they teach us how to laugh and just to be carefree, and that's what I want for yourself. If I can leave that with you, Sarah. It's your dad's mum, is it? Okay, thank you. If I can leave that with you, thank you for working with me. It's your kitchen clock, is it? Okay, well, it needs batteries and not winding up. Okay, then, thank you for that. So, moving on, just take a drink of water. So, thank you for your contributions and your donation as well. Okay, Chrissy Parker is the next one. I'm going to go to the Sword of Light Oracle cards again. So, trying to get through as many as I can tonight, guys. You're doing really, really well. So thank you so much for your donations and your support. Right. So this is yours. I'll read it out for you in a second, what it says. Okay, it says, put your creative energy into action. Archangel Gabriel joins me in spark your creativity, help you communicate your vision, and motivate you to create something beautiful. To me, the creativity is in everything that you do, your pure essence of everything that you do, your heart. You're very much a giver. Yes, you have healing qualities. You heal through your voice and your calm words and giving people advice and giving support and everything else. But this for you, Chrissy, is also sort of saying the subtleness of yourself is just sort of like, it's almost like the energies that I'm feeling. It's just like, oh, I feel like I can just relax and just chill out with yourself. I'm not stressed at all. And this is your creative energy. It's almost you go about just almost, I don't mean trying to please people or trying to mimic them, but it's just you naturally know what people need. You almost go out of your way to sort of get to know them and their sort of needs. There is lots of oranges. So this is about conserving your energy. I'm not saying you're depleted necessarily at the moment, but this is about you not giving all of your energy away. Keep some back for yourself. I'll establish you the communicators in a minute, but basically October isn't an easy time for you. I'm being taken to October the 24th. I always go a day either side, but October the 24th is what I'm given. And I feel that that time is quite a difficult time for you. So I feel that's sort of a passing, or generally autumn is not an easy time. I also need to say to you, Christmas hasn't been an easy time for the last 2 years. Nothing to do with COVID, but hasn't been an easy last 2 years. But Christmas is getting easier, and I need to start bringing back that fun aspect to Christmas. And sort of, I need to also say to you, I've got a lady coming in on mum's side of the family, that you've got to have yourself organised. It's almost like everything's last minute. That's normally a bloke thing, isn't it? It's not to be stereotypical, but it's, you've got to be yourself out. Don't leave it to last minute. I don't know if you have children, because they're taking me to next Friday, which is traditionally sort of when the kids break up for school. And it's almost like then I'm sort of rushing around frantically and all of that. Also one on here, I don't know what they call it. I know it's the ones like when the kings, the horns that they blow on there. But this is about blowing your own horn symbolically, and sort of not saying, you know, I'm here, look at what I've done. It's sort of, sometimes we need to not be egotistical and want that praise, but we also need to sort of say, look what I've done. I've made a difference here. I've changed my life, and look at all the things that I've done. So that's there. And they're also taking me very quickly, it's on the psychic level, to the Queen and the 2 corgis on there. And I need to say to you that it's got a lot of spiritual colours in it, and I want to bring my spiritual side out more. And it's almost like my intuition is getting stronger and stronger. I want to go on mum's side of the family. I feel like I have got a grandmother on here, and I feel quite a comical lady. I want to take in life serious. I was quite funny. I was quite witty, but a dry sense of humour. But I have her here. I also feel with her that basically I want to knit. I want to be practical with my hands. I feel I could multitask. I want to just done one thing at a time. I feel like I want to get an urn and sort of keep, as I keep bringing the cups of teas for everybody. I don't have coffee, it's cups of teas in for everyone. I like the fire on all the time to keep it nice and cozy and warm. And I like people to feel settled in my home. And I would have given that impression that when you came to my house, you felt happy. And if you didn't, I would be quite, not annoyed, but offended, because I've gone out of my way to sort of make you feel that you are welcome. She showed me lots of books, loads and loads of books on the bookshelves and stuff. So I don't know if this was in her house or in yours, but I want loads of books on the bookshelves. But this to me is also symbolic in sort of like taking on new knowledge, and this is spiritual knowledge. Now, as I always say, and this bit's me, is that not all of your information spiritual we have to find in books. We find it from talking to other people, attending groups, workshops, and that. And it's almost like I'm coming out of my comfort zone and starting to explore what my spiritual side is and what I believe and what I don't believe. So I want that. And I need to give you fish, but unlike where I had fish before, this is actually like tropical fish, and this is just like to allow you just to watch the fish and just allow yourself to be calm, to calm you down, because it's just to calm the energies. I don't know if this stress is anxiety, whatever else, but I need to bring those in there. With this lady, I certainly feel that I'm 78, 79. Okay, so I'm there, 78, 79. I feel that it was expected that I was going to go. It didn't come as a surprise. However, even when it doesn't come as a surprise, it still affects each and every one of us in a different way. And I still want to say to you, you still need to heal from that. I don't know how long it is since she's gone, but you still need to heal from that, and accept it's okay to heal. Grief is a difficult thing. It's a time in our lives where we say goodbye, and sometimes that's a difficult process, and sometimes we need help with that process. So don't rush it, just deal with it. There isn't a time limit for the healing for that. is what I need to say. And the final thing I need to say with her, your telly keeps going on and off. Okay, so it's your mum, sorry. Your telly keeps going on and off, and it's just sort of, I feel it's a father figure that used to always press the sort of remote controls. He would always sort of be changing the channel over every 2 minutes. He'd literally watch 5 minutes and go on board and watch something else. And I just feel it's him that keeps turning the telly on and off. That's around you also. So thank you for working with Christian. Thank you for the donation as well. It's very much appreciated. Okay, so the next one we've got is the Spirit of Love is our next donator. So thank you very much for your donation. I'm going to go to the Fairy Tarot for yours. In fact, no, I'm going to get a completely different. You just have to bear with me. I just have to get them out of the box. I'm going to use the Angel Guide cards because we've used Spirit of Love. I want to go with the angels for whatever reason. So just bear with me a second. Now these are very vibrant cards and very sort of nice cards as well. And it's these cards I want for two reasons. The vibrancy of the energy, because your energy is changing. It's almost like I'm ascending, but also I'm bringing light work in and lots of angelic sort of energies and other energies as well. So I don't know if you're looking at light language and all of that type of thing, but certainly there is a different type of energy that's around you. I don't mean negative, I mean positive, but it's almost like new learnings that I've ascended. I'm not just as I am. This is the card here. It's listen deeply. And I need to say to you, this is about listening to your needs. I don't know whether you're a medium. I don't know what your spiritual sort of work is, but I do need to say to you that as spiritual individuals, sensitives, we give, and sometimes we give too much. And this is about listening to when your body's saying to you, I need to rest. I can't keep doing this. You're pushing me too much. I need to rest. And it's almost like because of that sort of ascending, because my energy is changing and all of that, I'm just needing time to rest, to absorb all the changes that are going on and all of the giving that I'm doing. There's also healing in this card, and I want to say there's a lot of healing. They're taking me to the knees and also with my chest. I'm not saying there's anything serious there with the chest, because obviously I don't diagnose, but it's almost like I don't know if it's anxiety or whatever else, but I'm getting sort of like struggling with my breathing a little bit, but my knees, and I just feel like I just want to, if I put my head back, I'd be scared because I'd just literally just fall asleep. And I feel like I'm having power naps or that type of need just to get my energy. I need to say to you, it's almost like I'm working nearly every day. I don't know what it is you do, but it's almost like I need a Sunday off. I just need to rest. I'm needing that break. There is lots of blue in this card, and I need to say you need to communicate your feelings. And if things are not going too well at the moment, I need to say to you that basically you need to say to people, I just need some help, I need some support to get me through this difficult time. Because I do feel the last 5 months has been difficult with you on an emotional level. And this is about you just trusting those sort of feelings that you have, and just trusting that basically that the worst is behind you, is what I need to say. The worst is behind you, but there's still a little bit of the journey still to go. Anything else? And there's an individual around you, and I feel this is male, who isn't listening. They almost like talk over you, and I just need them to listen more to your needs, is what I need to say. So I'm going to put that back. I want to go a grandmother on dad's side of the family this time. Okay. I want to go to gran on dad's side of the family. I feel with her only small, probably 5 foot maximum, but maybe smaller than that. but petite to the frame. I feel like I'm about 89 when I've gone, and basically I'm very much a person who you wouldn't have messed with. To look at, you think, oh, that's nice and cute, but suddenly she turned around and she was very strong and bold and very stoic. And she comes in, she's trying to push you forward and to convince you that basically no matter what, you can do it. Your light is starting to shine and you are ascending, and your light's getting stronger. I can leave that with you, Spirit of Love. Thank you for working with me. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So next one is Lisa. So we're going to try and speed the readings up a little bit. So we're going to try and get through as many before the end. Oh, look at that. I've mixed the cards up and you've got exactly the same card as the last person, Lisa. So I need to say to you, this is about for you listening to what your heart needs and sort of saying to those people who are in spirit, who you miss, that basically, I love you, I miss you every day. And having that conversation, it's almost like you taught yourself out, I can't do this, I can't talk to them, they're not listening and everything else. I need to say to you, they very much do. Gentleman here is in there. He would have also wore his heart on his sleeve. So he's around you, and I feel as young today than I've ever done, but so are you. You're a young heart and a caring heart. You need to also communicate how you're feeling. The last 3.5 years has been difficult for you, but you're coming out the other side now. Family very much is important to yourself, and family is what's got you through. And the very final thing I need to say to you, it says listen deeply, but you love deeply, and this gentleman definitely did. And if I can leave his love with yourself and say, Christmas is going to be happy again, okay? And that reunited Christmas Eve is special. If I can leave that with you, that was like the Christmas. If I can leave that with you. Moving on to the next person, please. Karen Wubble, VIP member, shared and donated. Thank you very much. I am going to go to you. Is the Sword of Light Oracle. So, I keep getting the same cards. Keep shuffling them and then getting the same cards. So again, this is about blowing your trumpet. This is about sort of saying to you, so you can't hide away any longer. This is your time to step back out and to show who you are. I know you're in the sort of the shadows there in that picture, but this is coming out of behind other people and sort of shining your light and being who you are, and sort of no longer should you step back. I also need to say to you, it's almost like the student now becomes the teacher. So I don't know what it is, what you do, but it's almost like you've learned lessons from others. Now it's the time for you to be the leader and to teach others. I also need to say to you, the Sword of Light very much gets removal of barriers and negativity and all of that. It's clearing the way, it's hacking the way of all the sort of barriers that have been put in front of you in the past and that have blocked you from what you're doing. It's clearing the way, and the things are getting stronger. It says, Archangel Gabriel joins me to spark your creativity, help you communicate your vision. So this is about doing things like vision boards and establishing what it is you want to do for 2023 and believing that you're able to do it. And it's almost like I'm sprinting to the finishing line now. So the end is in sight. There is light at the tunnel. I'm just saying that you're able to do it no matter what. And if I can leave that with you, thank you for working with Karen. Thank you for your donation also. Okay, who next, please? Okay, thank you very much for your donation, Stuart. So we're going to go to the Oracle Fairies for yourself. Oh, it's funny how all these cards, I keep mixing them up, but the same ones keep coming back out tonight. So for you, it is new beginnings. It's been a difficult sort of 18 months for the two of you. And I need to say to you that you didn't think you could pull through it and you would get through it. And it almost feels like, you know, what's the next thing's going to happen? But you are coming out the other side, and new beginnings are starting to happen. There's new changes. I don't know if you're thinking to move, but it feels like there's changes like that. There's changes in locations. So I don't mean just going around the corner. It feels like I've got a completely different area, different county, or completely different. So, you know, if I were, if it is in the same location, it'd be, you know, in the past I would have worked in the countryside. I'm going to the seaside. It's a complete change. I also want to say there's lots of healing in here, and I don't know which one is which. I always get confused. I always admit to that, but it's the one with the glasses and the darker beard that's on my right hand side, so it would be your left in the photograph. So I need to say there is healing that's needed there. I also want in spirit, gentleman who would have a cancerous condition wants to be noted, and I also want to say the feeling of going like this and feeling that the head's being touched round about 9 o'clock at night. I know we're just after that, but there'll be that sort of feelings. And I keep smelling cigarette smoke in the front room, so I'll be aware of that if it isn't happening. And I need to give you both the book's opening, and again, this is new beginnings, but this is for both of you to understand that you can both start new chapters and start again. It doesn't mean that the book has to close and that's it. Nothing so that everything's going to stay the way it is. There are lots of things going on. Been a few things going on, good. Down the bottom, to me, is the two doves of peace, but also two love doves as well. Okay, so there's a lot of love between you two, but also you both bring each other peace. We can leave that with you. Thank you for your donation. Let's go to Nadia Apita. I'm not sure which one it is. Apologies if I haven't said your name correctly, Nadia. But it's yourself that I want to go to next. I'm going to be using the Sword of Light Oracle. And yours is get your power back. This is you standing in your power and sort of saying, you know what? Nadia is a very, very spiritual person, but also is a person to be respected, to be loved. You don't have any barriers when it is to give to everyone else, but you do have barriers in receiving it back. And I need to say to you, now is your time to say, you know what, I deserve to be respected, I deserve to be loved, and I deserve for the universe to give me a bit of a break. So I have that. But I also need to say to you, I know this is, it depends how you're seeing this, like scrying or whatever else, but I see this as the world, and you hold the world in your hand, and you're capable of doing anything if you set your mind to it. I feel with you that basically at any point in your life, if you set your intentions right, you would always achieve it. It always works out if you set your mind to it. And I want to say to you, you need to set your mind again, because you're very much what I call a manifestor. If you put your mind to it, you can make powerful things, you can bring about changes. But equally, a manifestor, we're thinking negatively, can bring other things to ourselves as well. I want crystals around you. I want amethyst, I want carnelian, and citrine are the 3 crystals that I need to give you. So they're to do with sort of mood and sort of connectivity. And I also want to say with yourself, keep looking forward. Shut the door on the past and don't look in the past, otherwise you live in the past. Go forward and be true to you, and be kinder to Nadia. Give her a bit of a break. She's worked hard, she's given a lot. Now it's time to give back. If I can leave that with you, Nadia, thank you for your donation and for working with me. Yeah, let's keep it as that. Okay, next one is Millie B. Millie, for you, I want to go to the angels. I want to use the angel cards with yourself. Okay. And number 3, after all being shuffled. So again, this listen deeply is to Millie. And this is not listening to spirit Millie, this is listening to Millie herself. when she needs to rest, who she is. And it's almost like I need to say to you, you're going through a transformation at the moment with you, Millie. It's almost like I'm changing. My old sort of ways of thinking, the way that I am, is all changing. It's almost like I'm learning to say no. I'm learning to stand up for myself, and I'm learning to not take any rubbish. And I'm starting to respect myself quite a bit. So there's a lot of that coming back. I also want to say that you feel very deeply, and but you need to heal deeply. There's still a lot of emotional stuff that needs to be healed, but you're getting there. It's just a work in progress. I need to trust yourself, Nelly, because it's almost like things are getting better. So I need to change my mindset and not say they got better. Not they're getting better, they have got better. Things are getting better. And you know, there is so much positivity in this card, but you're a very positive person in the right company. I need to say to you, I feel that with this sort of change in you, there is new changes with people around you, and they're bringing you what you need, the right energies, the right sort of upliftment and all of that. Okay, thank you, good. I also want to say to you, there's lots of pinks and blues in here. So lots of love and lots of healing and lots of communicating. But this is almost like I need to say, I don't know what you do, but there is like a special sort of like spiritual dance type of thing, which is chakra dancing, it's called. And it's almost like I need to allow the chakra energies to sort of start moving. So I don't know if you do Reiki or if you've got a friend who does Reiki, but it's almost like I want sort of like my heart and my sort of my sacral, sort of my around the stomach areas to sort of need to be rebalanced a little bit in there for some healing. And the very final thing to say to you is February will be a very positive month to you and a very prosperous month to you. Okay, and the colour orange is symbolic to me. Again, is going to that stomach area for some healing to be given. And if I can leave that with you, Millie, thank you for working with me. Can we have our next one, please, Mr. Juicer? Diana D is our next person, our next donator. Okay. There we go. So this card is from the Sword of Light Oracle. It's number 26, says recognize the signs from above. So this is basically, before I start to read the card, where we might see clouds that sort of look like angels. We might see sort of robins in the garden. They're seeing signs all around. We might go to the supermarket. We might see like angelic numbers like £2.22 for a bit of meat or whatever else. You know, sweets have been reduced by 33%. You keep seeing all of these signs that have a spirit around us or angels around us, but it's the angels that I want to go. And obviously these cards here, Archangel Michael, who's the sort of the main sort of legion of light and sort of the main archangel on the seat of God, depending what your belief system is. So it says, angels are sending you messages now, but you're too distracted to notice. Stay alert and open to divine guidance. I need to say the opposite. I need to say to you, there are lots of signs, and it's almost, you would have been distracted and not seen the things in the past, but it's almost like the slapping you in the face and that you can't see. And I certainly feel this like last week, if it was sort of feathers, you'll see them in abundance. You can't not see them. I also want to say here is that there is the dove of peace. This is peace of mind. And I don't mean that, you know, there's a lot going up here. There is that. But this is the peace of mind that you're on the right path finally. Things are starting, stability's coming back where it's not been. And I need to say to you that now you're finding your feet. You're finding you're finding Diane, and now you're able to go forward and to sort of get to know you quite a bit of and it's strange because the biggest part of Diane you've discovered, I don't know how old you are, but has been in the last 5 years, and it's been the greatest growth for you. And I need to say to you, you're coming back into your own, to the person you should have always been. I'm just seeing for yourself. I'm seeing like rainbow sort of like what I call hippie sort of dresses and all that. But free spirits is when I see that type of thing, and just you sort of there you go. It's sort of like the dresses and all of that. Just being a free spirit. Don't allow life to constrain you. It's a bit like a dog being backed into a corner. It's going to come back fighting and stuff. This is you now going off and doing your own thing. And if it's not what anyone else wants to do, it doesn't matter. It's what you want to do. It's what makes your heart sing. And that's basically what you need to do. And the very final thing is look out for the rainbows, which are another sign of the angels. All the different rays of light that come in there with the angelic realms. The one I need to give you is the yellow ray. So that's your homework to have a look. The yellow ray. All right. And I want you to look up Archangel Jophiel. That's Jophiel if you don't know. I need to give that, and it's, well, read it yourself and you'll see. And thank you for working with me, Darren. Okay, next person, and thank you for donation. Sorry? Yeah? Okay, Dawny Taylor, nice to see you, and thank you for your donation today. I'm going to stay with these cards because I just feel that you're needed for yourself. I'm going to go to this one. Oh, there we go. You know what, I might as well have just brought 3 cards out of this pack of 44 tonight because they're the only ones who's been drawn. This is about taking your power back, and this is about sort of with you, sort of with respect. It's sort of you standing in your power and learning to say no and not taking on too much. It feels like I'm constantly taking on too much. I have a lady who you resemble in spirit, also who would have also always said yes to everything. So she wants to be acknowledged. But I need to give you amethyst as a crystal. And it's the month that I want to go to. So it's the month of February that I want to go. I also want to go to February the 26th for an anniversary, birthday or passing. I also want to go to April the 12th, which I think is Aries, I think, for birth signs. In the card, the lady's got long hair, but this is more sort of like letting your hair down and let things go over you. Don't sort of let things get to you and wind you up, because it feels to myself that basically with you, it's things are getting on top of you where normally you just brush them off and it won't bother you at all. It just feels that things are getting to myself. And I need to say, don't worry about Christmas. Christmas will take care of itself, because, you know, it's almost like one of those things with yourself that worry about every year, but actually it's almost like, oh, that was okay. And then next year I'll worry again and it'll be okay. And it's almost like no matter what's thrown at you, you can take it on. I want to go back about 12 months that was difficult, that you weren't able to manage things, but you're in a different place now, and you're a different Dawny. And the final thing I need to give to you, I don't know where you are in the world, but I keep hearing a thing from my childhood. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. So I don't know if that means something to you. If not symbolically, with you, you might be knocked down occasionally. And I don't mean physically in the car or whatever. I mean, you might get knocked down by life, but you bounce back. You don't, which is like the Weebles. It sort of might wobble, but basically it'll get back up, and it'll always stand back up and stronger for being knocked down. And if I can leave that with you, Dawny, thank you very much. And thank you for your donation. Okay, so, don't know if I should do this one or not. Pressure. So the next one is the lovely Reverend Nick Brown. Thank you for your show and help and support today with help with Owen. With yourself, I want to go with the fairies. With yourself, and it's the fairy tarot. And the reason I want to go with the fairies is because you're quite mischievous, and well, the fairies are quite naughty. That's all I'm going to say. All right. So, and it's almost I can hear you giggling behind your screen now, because you know that's so true. Right, so the card for you is the Prince of Spring. And I read my cards intuitively, so I'll put that up there. And it says, charming, self-confident, passionate and restless. Well, cards can always be wrong. Immediate action, a challenge you can successfully manage a passionate relationship. So you are a charming individual. You give so much, and you give it in abundance. But what I need to say to you, you need to rest. It's almost, I give too much. It's almost that giving energy is what keeps me going. But I need to rest. I need a balance. I need time out for family time, for sort of relationships and all of that. I need to be with partner and that type of thing. It also says self-confident and passionate. So you're very much a person who knows their own mind. They know what they want. They know how to get it. And they're passionate about the work they do, not just about passionate as being a lover, but passionate as about the work that they do. And it's almost, I need to say, obviously, as a minister, your work is changing, and it's changing quite dramatically. I don't mean just being a presenter. It's almost like the way that you deliver your spiritual work, the way that you give of yourself. It's almost, there's been changes, and certainly there's been changes of guide with yourself as well. I also need to say to you, which I don't normally give guides, but I've got a spirit animal of the wolf that I need to give to you. And if you have a look at the card there, the Native American on the head is galloping forward, and basically is clearing the way. I'm not scared of what's coming in front of them, and I need to say to you, that's what's happening. It's like the barriers have been there for the last sort of 4 years, and now those barriers are just, you're knocking them down one by one. It's almost like, yeah, out of the way. That would have bothered me a few years ago. It's not anymore. I'm just knocking out there. And the Nick now is a different Nick to even a year ago. It's like I'm finding myself again. I'm finding me, and I'm finding not only my spiritual self, but my true self. And it's almost like I've got my feet firmly on the ground, and because I'm being told that basically I go off a tangent normally. Well, now I'm thinking things clearly, but with the right intentions, and thinking about Nick, not just about other people when I do that. And the very final thing is, in here, there's lots of greens and blues. Obviously, that's to do with healing, but I also want communication. And this is about sort of saying, right, I don't know if this is traditionally that sort of end of Christmas into January. I need almost like January off, because next year is going to be a busy year in whatever way. It's going to be a really busy year. So it's almost like I need that break just to build my energy up for what's coming. And don't let the grass grow under your feet is what I need to say. Don't procrastinate. Keep pushing yourself in everything you do. All right. So thank you very much for that. And thank you for all your work you've done today, Nick. It's very much appreciated for Owen. Okay. So thank you so much. We've come to the end. We've, I believe, got through everybody for tonight's show who's donated. So thank you very much. I hope your readings were appreciated and meant something to you. I know very much your donations and your support today was very much appreciated. Thank you for joining us. I very much look forward to seeing you again next Monday on our usual 8 o'clock in the evening show. Please tune in to the channel for all the shows during the week. I also want to thank Mr. Producer and all the presenters tonight for their support during the day, for helping Owen, but also your support, which without that wouldn't have been possible. And thank you for everything, and whatever you're doing this week, take care and God bless.